Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm gay. I'm Jay. Oh, I'm happy to be
do that
alive,
every
y'all.
time.
I'm just happy to be alive, y'all.
That reminds me, Cody used to do that to you all the time. He'd be like, hey, gay. I mean, Jay. Sorry.
Jay the gay. Yeah, after
Yeah,
a while,
I
was like, yeah, what? I was just like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
nothing
even,
wrong
didn't
with it.
bother me. I was like, okay. I mean, if you're referring to gay as in the 1800s definition of it, very happy, then yes, I'm very gay.
Yeah, wish I was. As I always say,
Very
hey man,
gay.
I wish I was. That's off to a booming start. How are you guys doing tonight on this Wednesday? It's about to snow here in Kentucky. The kids are home for school tomorrow, which means I ain't getting shit done.
Well,
But tonight we
when
party.
it snows tomorrow, it means someone's having a cocaine party in a tobacco field in Kentucky. It's going to be snowing.
Tomo says, you opened the stream. I came.
That's the best part. I'm glad that you did, Tomo. I'm glad you did.
We're all going to come tonight to the
By the
stream.
way, speaking of which, this is about, well, it's about coming to the realization that we're not going to be alive to ever see humanity get to a category 1 on the what was it, the Kardashev scale. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. It's good. I think it's called the Kardashev. I could be wrong, but it was named after a Russian guy in the 60s. It's basically showing how civilization advances from type 1 to type 3 in a type 1 society. And this is where aliens and shit comes in too. So it's kind of, I know you like that kind of stuff, but a type 1 society is where a civilization reaches to a point where they can utilize all the energy on their planet, meaning they can affect weather change. They can create snowstorms. They can do anything and everything with their own planet. So they've reached that level. That's type 1. Type 2 is when they can harness the energy of their sun, of their star, and use that to power, they can control basically their own solar system. Meaning, like, for example, they can harness and mine like asteroids or meteor at any time they want. And if a meteor the size of the moon was about to hit the earth, they can move the earth from its rotation to avoid it, or just make it miss completely by moving other planets around and taking the impact. A type 3 society is an intergalactic society in which they can now harness the galactic, like on a galaxy level scale. But that's where space, the intergalactic travels and shit like that. Based on this guy's, we're only a type 0 society, but they think that we're close to being a type 1 society, and type 0 meaning that we still rely on like natural resources like dead animals and plant life and shit like that. So we've not reached that level yet. But then there's a theoretical type 4, which is insane, fucking crazy shit. They said that shit would be so advanced that you wouldn't even know that they were there. Like it's like they're like goddamn watchers from Marvel Universe, like Utoa.
I was gonna say, brother, I'm just trying to stay away from type 2 diabetes. That's where my goals lay.
Well, you just got to stay away from the Hershey chocolates.
I know it's hard though. It's hard.
But yeah, it was really cool stuff on the I was watching it on YouTube. It was neat. I like watching stuff like that.
I got drunk the other night. Everybody went to bed, and I fell asleep watching Ancient Aliens. So we all.
I always like that guy with the crazy hair. I know he's fucking crazy and he smokes a lot of pot, but there's something about me that I believe him, yo. Hey, you guy, did you kill my dog? I don't know. I just believe him, dog.
I believe him, yo.
He does look like that dude that would live in your apartment rent free and just not pay, and he smokes pot all day, but he comes up with crazy ideas, and you just let him slide. And he always wakes up with that bed hair.
Yeah. Dude, you know what happened to me today?
You farted and poop came out?
No, that was yesterday.
That
was yesterday. What happened to me today was nothing interesting happened to me today.
You got a gallon of milk out of the refrigerator, and you had a bowl of Cookie Crisp.
I had nothing. I tried to make it work, but I couldn't. Courtney with the first super chat of the night. Thanks, buddy. He says, Mike, can I get a Mike Wahlberg on Myers' whereabouts?
Mike Wahlberg.
Yeah, you know, Courtney, I don't know where the fuck Mike. Shit. You know, Courtney, I don't know where the fuck Mike Myers be right now. He could be hiding behind the stage, just waiting for fucking Halloween Ends to begin. Just waiting for. He's not got any other fucking roles. It's not like they're gonna hire fucking Michael Myers to be in fucking, Schindler's List fucking 2. You know what I mean? I know that he doesn't have a house as big as mine. I know he doesn't eat turkey burgers in the morning before he goes to work because he's trying to stay fit. I don't know where the fuck Michael Myers is.
If they hired Michael Myers for Schindler's List 2, that would be the shortest movie of all time.
He's trying to outrun the wind.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No, that's on my list of movies that are great movies that I'm
cry.
Too scared to watch. Yeah, I don't want to fucking be
Liam
sad
Neeson, man. He's a god. He's a thunder butt of goodness in that movie. Him and Ben Kingsley do awesome. It's all in black and white, which is fine, but They also have Ralph Fiennes as the bad guy. Like I think he oversees one of the Nazi concentration camps. That guy is fucking born to be a bad guy, dude. He's one of the best bad guys out there. I think it's Ralph Fiennes or Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole in the new Bond movies. Who's
Yeah,
the new
he's great.
who's the new prime minister or whatever? And he's like, "Don't cock it up, Bond." You know, like fuck
By the
you,
way,
dude.
speaking of James Bond, I didn't know this, but apparently back in the days of GoldenEye, did you know they were originally going to tap Sean Bean to be 007?
Yeah, but he ended
That
up
would
as
have been fucking
006.
great. He would have been one of the first few times he doesn't die in a movie.
That's true. I would have actually still taken Pierce though.
I don't know. Sean Bean's
think
some
they got
good
it right.
magic right there. That
Yeah, I
man
think.
just lulls you to sex town with his eyes.
Yeah, I'd let him fuck. I mean, I'd let him read me a book.
Yeah. That's what you meant.
Tyzavius Bennett, thanks, buddy. He says, "Hey guys, did you know Sony pushed back Morbius from January to April 2022?" Tyzavius, you were in the live stream the other day, and we talked about it.
He got bored. I wasn't playing. That'd be like a teacher's like, "All right, we're ready for a pop quiz." Like, "Oh, I didn't study for it." It's like we went over it yesterday. It's like, "Yeah, but it wasn't interesting."
It's funny. It's like you were saying after we got done streaming the other night. We got done streaming. You're like, "Hey, damn, dude, we were so boring. April fell asleep."
I fell asleep halfway through
it. Yeah, no, we talked all about that, man. We had a big long discussion. So check out the last stream. But yeah, we know.
I saw somebody in the comments said that they're actually just unconfirmed, but I think they had said that they were pushing Morbius back not due to Omicron, but they're pushing it back because of they're at like possibly there's rumors of Spider-Man being in it or I don't know, something for X-Men or some shit like that. And that's where they're adding scenes. And I was like, nah, it's probably the Omicron, but
yeah,
well, a girl can hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I hope it's just because so they can force another Spider-Man in there because that means that movies aren't going to shut down because of Omicron, which would be a good goddamn thing, especially for Scream coming out next goddamn week.
I swear, I know Omicron was used in a Star Trek episode. It really does sound like an intergalactic weapon that the Klingons have developed, and we need to stop them at Starfleet. The Omicron weapon is nearly ready.
That reminds me of Armageddon, where there's like, why do they name it after his wife? He's like, because she's a soul sucking hole from which there was no escape.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
she's
that
like,
makes sense.
By the way, it's funny. Speaking of, Ben Affleck did an interview with Howard Stern, and they were talking about the role of Batman and how much vitriol and hate he got for it. And he was answering honestly. He was like, yeah, he goes, I didn't fucking get it. I was like, what do you want me to do? And he goes, at first, he goes, maybe 20 years ago that would have hurt my feelings, but I mean, I just dealt with it because Howard Stern was making the comparison. He's like, Howard Stern remembered. I mean, most people that were alive in 89 that was of the age to remember that. He said that I remember when they cast Michael Keaton, they were losing their shit. They're like, oh my God, this guy will never be able to carry the role of Batman.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Ben Affleck was saying, well, he's like, it's funny because I just did it for my kids too. He's like, I thought it'd be cool to leave it, like a legacy. I was Batman and that would be cool. But he goes, honestly, my kids didn't give a fuck that I was Batman. He said all they want to know is like, tell us again when you were an astronaut in Armageddon.
Yeah.
Like, well, I was actually not an astronaut. I was a miner.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, there's a whole bunch of discourse. We were talking about that before we started about Batman. Like he said he's done. So like, I get that like people are like, hey, just leave it alone. Stop saying make Batflick happen again. But on the other hand, you got people like Grace Randolph who are like, let it go, you little fucking nobodies. And I'm like, the future that like the past doesn't treat kindly. If you look back at the John Campius who said we were never going to get a Snyder cut, and all these people who talked down to fans before, the past doesn't hold kindly to that. So you might want to watch where you step your fucking toes.
I mean, you just ask Paul Feig's fucking used tampon that happened after he ran his goddamn mouth. Because I mean, he's doing really well. Oh, was he included his Ghostbusters included in the box set? Nope, it wasn't. That's weird because it was a piece of shit and nobody wants that on their shoe.
They gave him a digital code.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he cried.
I don't know. I always feel like Dark Side when someone's like, there'll never be another ever instance of Batfleck again after the Flash. It's like Dark Side is like, we will do things the old ways. We will find a way.
Mark Hunt, which is much better than the name Mike Hunt, says, thanks, buddy. He says, love the Patreon. Welcome to the Patreon, Mark.
Hey.
He says, can Loomis make my wife laugh?
Your wife? Is it my job to make her laugh? Is that my job now? Do I amuse you? Am I on my screen? Is that what you want me to? Fuck that. I don't care about what your wife laughs at. You know what? She probably laughs at your wiener. I mean, that gives her a lot of giggles. I'm not here for your amusement. I consult and counsel Michael Myers. So you could take that bullshit on down the road. I got, fine. Here's one. Wife of man. What's your name? Mr. Hunt. Why he didn't give your name. So wife. Knock, knock. You say, who's there? Fuck you. End of joke.
It doesn't matter who's there.
Hey, sexy girlfriend.
Love you, Mark. Thanks, man. Eduardo Santiago says, just saying, what's up, everyone? And I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Safe and healthy. I had 2 beers before the stream started. I will be speaking poorly. I said, get some goddamn wham up in you.
You had
Fucking
2 beers
right,
before?
Eduardo. Yeah, we had dinner.
I could, yeah, I should do that, but I can't. I can't stop at just 2.
Oh, it's just, well, I didn't stop. I'm still drinking.
Oh, you did it right before.
Yeah, I just got home. Yeah. So, thanks, Eduardo. Love you, man. Ben Wolf says, random thought from Iowa. Brian Blogger, Iowa. He says, don't you think we were due for a Jaws movie? We're due for a Jaws movie, either reboot or another sequel, but only if done well, of course.
Well, I guess they kind of did that with Megalodon, which fucking, I mean, it went down faster than Courtney Love at a Burger King parking lot.
Or The Shallows. I mean, technically, any shark movie is a Jaws remake, right?
Well, I don't know if they could do it. Well, I don't know. I was preaching about last night or the Monday night when we were talking about if they ever redid a Psycho movie, casting Andrew Garfield and having David Fincher direct it. Because then I was going to say, well, there's no point in remaking Jaws because I feel like it would be a dumb idea to do. But I guess they could. I don't know. It is kind of interesting that they haven't touched on it. Maybe it's just too hard for them to. I mean, they look at it, Jaws 1, and they're like, I don't know. Are people really fucking scared of like sharks anymore? Really?
I think that's the thing. Like Jaws wasn't because it was about a shark; it's because they made it so well. And the question is, can you make that movie so well again? Probably not. But if they did like something with the same characters and stuff like that, I see what you're saying. For sure.
I mean, it's like if you're walking on the beach, you're not going to be worried about a shark attacking. You're going to be worrying about that crack needle you almost stepped on.
Patricia
I
Gregory,
know what
thank
the
you.
beaches look like.
Marcus Myers, Ghostface Crazy Psychopath channel. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate all you guys for super chatting, for just being here. 182 people in here. That number follows me around because it's my favorite band.
That's how long I last in the bedroom. But it's seconds. 182 seconds.
That's not so bad. Hey, there's worse out there. That's not so bad.
What is that? That's like, over 3 minutes.
It's like Rocky and Rocky 3. You ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. Come on. But all right, let's get the fuck into it, guys. Box office rematch, the second iteration of this, which is fun because we'll have one for every single month eventually. And I thought this was a great time to do this, dude, because look, like, there's no movies in the theater. Scream comes out next week, but right now there's movies got pushed back. We don't know what's going to happen. So it's fun to go back into the past and be like, hey, if I was walking on the street in 1981, 2001, whatever, what would be on the marquee? What would I pick? You guys are going to get to choose if you haven't done this with us before. But first, Mike White Jr. says, hi, I just want to say I'm high. No shit,
right,
Mike
White coming in. And you know what, Mike White, hey, guess what? And the wind blows. There's no news there, sir.
Breaking news. Water is wet. It's funny. My wife texted the other day. She was like, I just spent too much money at Target on dumb shit because it was on sale. And I literally sent her the gif of Lawrence Fishburne and Man of Steel going, water is wet. Because it's the truth. But he says
there is no spoon.
He says, it's been a while since we've had a Rambo rant. Just saying, Jay, please have my babies.
I'm going to make sure to do that with you. We're going to definitely go to like where it's legal in Washington State, probably, or Oregon, and get that done. I'm sure we're going to redo the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Junior. You'll be my Danny DeVito, baby. A rant from Rambo. I don't know. Yeah, you will do one of those. I don't know. I have to have a better context, like a Rambo rant.
Yeah, to get hyped up for it. Watch a couple clips, get in the zone. I did read, by the way, there's apparently a kill in Scream where they used the same effect that Rambo used in Rambo 3 when he lit his wound on fire. They're going to use that for a kill in the new Scream movie, which is going to be fucking dope.
The only thing I would say is like someone like this. I guess I could put it in this: the people that are whining and bitching about fans like want the Batfleck coming back. It's like they drew first blood. Let it go. By the way, dude, I swear to God, I was thinking about that the other day. Rambo First Blood is one of the greatest movies. It really is. Yeah. I watched that again like 6 months ago. It really is so well done and timeless in the way.
Rambo 2 is great too.
Yeah, but Rambo 1, there's something about Rambo 1 that's so fucking good. I don't know. You know what? I'm not. If they did remake that, what would you think? Like if they cast like someone like, because I'm pretty sure they would, The Rock. Because you remember they did Walking Tall?
Yeah,
we played like a veteran.
This. Yeah,
and then he was like kind of run out of town the same way.
Maybe Frank Grillo could pull it off. You know, like
I'm not saying they should touch it, but I'm just saying I don't know. I feel like they would go with The Rock just because he's so big and like he's a masculine dude, and they're like he's
yeah.
got that He-Man body.
Jeremy Renner, if he pulled like a Hurt Locker performance coming
I would
out of
love
like
Jeremy.
one of the
Jeremy Renner. I love that
yeah
guy. So
yeah
yeah.
something like that could work. Cody Buchanan, yeah. He says, to be honest, just started watching Cobra Kai and it's amazing. Love it. Just got done with the first season. It's crazy. Johnny's son looks just like my son. Crazy. Cody, you're in for a fucking ride, dude. It only gets better. Well, I don't know. The first season might be the best.
The only thing I need to tell you is quiet. Class is in session.
Kaj Hemberg, thank you. I love your name. Kaj Hemberg says, who's the scariest, Chucky, Annabelle, or Satanic Susie? There is no fucking doubt about that. It is Satanic Susie.
Yeah, that bitch.
Still in my house.
That bitch like gives you chlamydia just by looking at you and curses your babies. I don't like that. That guy that said, I thought that was legit. Like that he had like picked that from like some New Orleans like crypt and sent it to us, and it's like we're fucked. We touched that and we're fucked.
Yeah, dude, that's still in my house. Like my daughter put it in her closet. She likes it.
God, dude, I would have put some incense around that, hired a Native American chief, gone on a vision quest, and then burned it.
The difference between Satanic Susie and Chucky and Annabelle is that we've smelled Satanic Susie. Like I've never smelled the other two, but we smelled her and she smelled demonic,
Smell like dirty KFC gravy.
Yeah, smell like your uncle's panties.
Dude, there's a thing, I swear, I don't know what it was. This girl, I don't know why she said this for, but it was one of those compilation videos, Try Not to Laugh, and I watched her, and she was like, she was eating like one of those KFC famous bowls, and she was eating it, and she's like, my coochie smells just like KFC gravy. And this dude, it showed this cowboy with his cowboy. He looked like a guy from Yellowstone. He just looking at the camera. He was like, and he did it forever. And he was like, what?
That's fucking gross.
Like, you said your coochie smells like KFC gravy.
That's
the
so
nastiest
nasty.
Fucking thing I've
that's
ever
not
heard.
good. I don't think that's your cooch.
Like,
I think
got a problem, lady. I was like, I think that's yeast infection. If your pussy smells like KFC gravy, that's a fucking infection.
She's not spelling the hoo-ha. She's spelling the butthole, dude. Like,
and the fact that she said coochie.
that reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, when she wants him to do butt stuff or something, he's like, God wouldn't put a waste plant next to a children's school. She smelled her butt, dude.
If you were trying to get all dirty with talk with this girl, he's like, babe, I want to lick you from toes to fucking forehead. She's like, you gonna have a treat because my coochie smell like KFC gravy. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna get off the train about your knee. I'm done.
No. I don't want it. Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. Says, regarding the Flash rumor, I don't mind the Batgirl thing since we'll be getting Batman movies with Pattinson. But if Henry Cavill still wants to play Superman, replacing him just feels wrong. I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like the principle of it for me, though. It's like, and I definitely don't want to go back into this conversation, but it's just like they're doing it to be dicks on purpose. They're like, we want to scrub, even though it was the most successful movies we've had recently. We want to scrub the Zack Snyder off of everything, and we don't care what we have to do to do it. Fucking
their animosity and prejudice against Zack Snyder is apparent for everybody to see. It's not, and the fact that they've dicked around Henry Cavill for fucking years. It's not even that, like, that in of itself is wrong. I mean, he is the best Superman of our generation that we've ever seen, and you've dicked around and acted like a complete toolback to him. You know what? I hope to God Henry Cavill. I hope they came back trying to say, I'll suck your balls for 3 days straight if you come back to Superman. And he says, no, I'm going to James Bond. Suck my crack. I want him to go to James Bond.
And my neck.
That's really, I mean, at this point, I just want him to go to James Bond.
Neck.
I don't think they deserve him.
My pussy, my crack.
That's the facts, Jack.
That's the facts. All right, let's get into the show. Box office rematch. Starting first off with, and I'll explain this all before we go for any biscuit boys or girls. That's what we call new people here.
Not that your coochie smells like KFC gravy. You're just biscuits, not like KFC biscuits, just regular biscuits.
Oh God!
Oh
sauce.
Billy, you nasty hoe!
Starting with 1990. So what we're doing here is the month of January. Throughout the years, we went through and we picked out all the movies that were playing during that month of January, and some of the years we're going to skip because they just had terrible movies playing. It's not fun to talk about, but we're going to go all the way from 1990 to 2010, skipping a bunch of years in between because they suck buttholes. But starting off first with the year of 1990, I'm going to put a poll down below of all poll. I'm going to put a poll down below.
It's already out.
of all the movies that were playing in 1990 during the month of January. You guys vote on them, and then we'll see which one. Vote on which one you would go see today if it was playing. So starting with, let's see, what would you see today?
Do you use that voting thing again that they can use?
Yeah.
That's some fancy ass shit.
The first movie is Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, which was a fucked up movie.
I barely remember.
You see that? Michael Rooker, Darkness. The second is Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3.
You know what? If there were a missing proverb from the Bible, that would be it. That movie sucked. I'm not saying the Bible sucks. I'm just saying it was a joke.
Yeah. Tremors, and then there was a movie with Bill Pullman in it called Brain Dead that was fucking awesome, but I don't feel like anybody's gonna know what that is, so I'm not gonna include that. Instead I'm gonna replace it with Tom Cruise's Born on the 4th of July.
That's a fucking sad ass movie and really good.
Yeah. The poll is up now, so start voting, guys. It is Henry Portrait of the Serial Killer starring Michael Rooker, Born on the 4th of July, Tom Cruise, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, not the one with Matthew McConaughey, which was I think is actually good. And finally, Tremors. My vote's gonna be fucking Tremors, dude. Tremors.
Well, I gotta look at it in the perspective that you wouldn't know what the fuck you were seeing. Like we all know Tremors in my opinion, out of all of those is the best. If I
I mean the idea is knowing what you know now.
Oh, you already know? Yeah. Okay, I just thought you were basing it on like trailers, and at that time you wouldn't know. Because then I think it would be Texas, because people would be like, oh, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I would say, yeah, Tremors. It's fucking hands down Tremors. It's old dusty butt Kevin Bacon himself, the old dirty butt, and Earl. Old dusty butt. I'll tell you what, man. That movie is fucking great, and it's really weird. Kevin Bacon only a couple of years ago recently came and said how grateful he was to have that role, but at the time when he got it, he was like, "Fuck, man, my career is in the shitter. I'm out here making in the desert, making movies about goddamn sandworms." And he goes, God damn it, I was a star. I was in Footloose. What's happened with my life? Yeah. He was like kind of ashamed of that movie.
It's sad, dude. It's one of those things, kind of like we were talking about with the Batfleck thing and Henry Cavill. Like he wanted to bring it back. Kevin Bacon starred in a pilot for Tremors, and they wanted to bring it back, and they denied it. They said they don't want it, which is fucking wild to me, dude. It's crazy.
Well, I just feel like they might have felt like they saturated the market too much with too many bad sequels.
Fuck, I don't know. Ben Wolf said, bro, I'm so pissed they canceled the Tremors TV series with Kevin Bacon. Exactly, dude. Fucking insane. Like, that seems like a license to print money.
The fact that Kevin Bacon was going to be in it was fucking, that would have been sold. I mean, any studio would have been stupid to turn that. I mean, that's like printing money to have Kevin Bacon in a TV show.
Exactly, dude. Like, imagine that shit on Netflix, HBO Max, whatever. Like, the way horror's going on, people would flock that. Jambosi says, hey, guys, UK, 1 a.m. I gotta sleep, but have a great stream.
Hey, man.
Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Thanks. Have a good one. Make sure you have your tea and crumpets in the evening.
I've never seen
I think it's a morning
thing. 4th of July. I've never seen Born on 4th of July. Only I know about that is that Blink-182 made a joke about it because Mark said that Tom was just like Tom Cruise in that movie where he's like shitting all over himself.
Yeah, well, that's because he comes back paralyzed and he shits himself. Like,
that
and
was
he's
a terrible joke, Mark.
It's well, that's maybe what he was just trying to be like a jokey about. But the whole idea is that he's like this gotta go and fight for America kind of dude. A lot of like the young guys were in the start of Vietnam, and when he gets over there, he finds out like the reality of war is really shit, and he gets shot in the stomach, into the spine. He gets paralyzed. He comes back. He hates everything. He gets really angry. He becomes an alcoholic. It's a fucking great movie. It's very, very dramatic, very, very like depressing. But I think at the end, he winds up going and starts protesting the war. I think 100. I don't remember 100%. But there was another movie that came out also with Emilio Estevez with Martin Sheen, and he comes back from the war, and they have this whole standoff. The War at Home, I think it was called, and I like that one better. But that one with Tom Cruise is fucking long and sad and just full of tears.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I don't remember Leatherface 3. That's one of the ones I don't remember seeing. Henry Portrait of the Serial Killer is really good, but just in the same vein as you were talking about, it's just fucking depressing as hell. It's literally like living in a crack den with a fucking serial killer. Like, you know what I mean? And like,
sounds like my biological mother.
Yeah. It's a nightmare to watch.
I remember what that was like.
But yeah, I'm gonna throw the damn towel on this. Let's stop it now at 69%. Nice, dude.
69 dudes.
Tremors wins 68% now. 13%. Second place, Henry. Third place goes to Leatherface, and then last place, Born on the 4th of July. 8%.
I can understand. That movie just fucks you up when you watch it. Like you feel like shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna double.
It's a great
that with
movie.
Schindler's
No, it's
List.
really good, but it's just
blew
really
my brains
depressing.
out. Eduardo Santiago says, I picked Trimmers, but damn, that TCM3 woman in the lake trailer was amazeballs. The Saw is family. Silver Chainsaw was badass. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I know people don't like it, but I'm gonna rewatch it anyway.
I think we got. How about we just do a man versus movie all the Texas?
That'd be a dark night.
That'd be very dark. But we also went through all the goddamn wrong turns.
Yeah, that would be a fucked up night, dude. You'd wake up in the fucking middle of the night thinking you were choking on a chicken bone.
You know what? Instead of ordering pizza though to get through, we would be ordering humans. We would be fucking inducted into the Saul family.
Just kill some hookers, man. D Mitch 14 says, Mike and Jay, what's your favorite Trimmers quote? Ooh.
Are you testing?
Now that you put me on the spot, I don't remember shit. All I remember is and legs that go all the way up. That's all I can remember right now.
Oh shit, man. There is some really good quotes from the first movie. I think it was when Kevin Bacon, when he caused the explosion and the sandworm goes through the rock, he goes, "Fuck you!"
Dude, that's exactly. I think that's exactly what I was thinking of when he just said, "Fuck you!" Yeah, I couldn't think of it.
Actually, they also had Egg Shin, which was the guy that ran the convenience store,
and
he's always trying to rip people off.
Yeah, that was fun. That's great.
Was it Egg Shin? I don't know. I can't remember, but I think it was him.
I guess there's a good point, a good reason to rewatch it again now. Phil Walsh says, guess I'm a new biscuit boy? Haha, I've been watching your stuff for a while. Just became a Patreon. Love your work, guys. Keep it up. Hey, Phil, thanks for fucking Patreon,
thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the
nice
nice comment.
I'm changing the lighting, dude, because I look at myself every once in a while. I look like a fucking evil villain in a Spider-Man movie that's plotting my revenge from prison.
I don't think you look bad, man.
Because I'm doing because I got a big forehead, so I look like I'm looking up and like, out am I?
Joshua Ayers says, hey guys, gotta leave for an inevitably bad date. Well, see you later. Hey, don't you go into it with that fucking attitude, Josh. You go into it thinking that she's gonna be the love of your life and you guys are gonna do butt stuff on the first date.
And or go into it thinking like if it doesn't work out, there's always video games at home waiting on you with loving arms.
Just don't eat Thai food and then do butt
stuff.
That's definitely not what you want to do. Anthony Fitzgerald, thanks, buddy. Says, I read an article on Screen Rant about an unmade Halloween sequel called Halloween Asylum. Would have had Dr. Loomis's son and a Myers copycat killer. Have you heard of this? Yes. And anytime you say copycat killer with Michael Myers, I just go, Wah!
No, I don't like that at all. Like the copycat, first off, Michael Myers is supernatural. I don't give a shit. I know there's been different interpretations of him, but I think in my hearts and farts forever, he's going to be supernatural. That's the way that he was wrote. The fact that if you have a copycat, that means he's died or been killed in some form or fashion. I don't like that necessarily at all. And having Dr. Loomis's son or grandson or whatever take over, I don't know, man. I don't know if I like it. Because if he becomes a doctor, he's Dr. Loomis, but it ain't really Dr. Loomis though, is it?
Dude, okay, so the next vote is 1991. There's only 3 choices, you guys. Only 3 to pick from, but it's a doozy. I know what Jay and I are going to pick off the fucking cuff, but 1991, January, in the theaters, you could take a choice between Lionheart, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't want to fight you. I like it now.
I like it now. Wrong bit.
Warlock, which was an underrated fucking old school horror movie, and then White Fang with Ethan Hawke.
Kevin Costner. Oh yeah, Ethan Hawke. Yeah, I was thinking of the other one, Dances with Wolves.
It won't let me. Okay, there it goes. So you guys voted that. Now we'll make this a short one because if you're anything like us, I know exactly what you're gonna pick, dude. But for me, yeah, it's Lionheart, man.
White Fang.
Lionheart's one of Van Damme's most underrated fucking movies of all time. It's Bloodsport and it's Kickboxer, but for some reason it's just like it's the baby brother of those two. Nobody pays attention.
It's in my top 5 Van Damme movies of all time.
Yeah, he fights a dude in like a half-empty swimming pool. He is a rich girl's boy toy. He escapes the military yet again. I think, in that movie.
He escaped the military in that one. Yeah.
It's like the same plot to Bloodsport. Bloodsport's basically a remake of Lionheart in a weird way.
Well, dude, and also, you know what's really interesting is that that main dude that he fights at the end that looks like he's like got the big giant mutton chops. He looks a fucking steroided out version of Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And like he also looks, I don't know why, but I always look at him. I think he plays the saxophone when he's trying to fuck a girl. Like he plays the saxophone in like a high-rise apartment. That dude is actually the older brother of the dude that was cast as Tong Po.
No shit. I did not fucking know that.
Well, you
That's
know the guy
crazy,
that he
dude.
casts as Tong Po is that, remember in Bloodsport, the guy that got his leg split open?
Yeah.
That's his older brother.
That's fucking wild, dude. Dude, he has the greatest chops in the history of the world.
Great.
My favorite part in that whole movie, though, is when Van Damme's just getting the fuck kicked out of him. And his friend, he thought bet all the money against him or whatever. And he's like, man, I'm sorry, Lionheart. I'm sorry. He's like, I bet against you. And he's like, wrong bet.
I know. That's one of the best lines of the movie.
Yeah.
And then, well, I like when he was whooping that ass too, that girl with the big titties, and she's like, and she's breathing really hard. You just see her like cleavage, like coming in and out. I mean, as a kid, you're just watching that over and over again, and he's like, yeah, that one little streak of blood coming down from his eyebrow.
Yeah, Lionheart's great fucking movie, dude. I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember jack fuck about Warlock.
Dude, I remember. I felt so bad for him when he was like sliding money under the door to take care of his niece, and she's like, "We don't want your fucking money." I'm like, yeah, you do. You're obviously living off government cheese, and he's trying to help you out, ass.
That's what Jean-Claude said. I'm sorry, I don't want you living off government cheese.
I just didn't want to see you die. By the way, you're talking about one of the worst Van Damme movies of all time. Go ahead and check out Cyborg. Holy shit. Yeah, what a train wreck of a fucking movie that is.
Do you remember Warlock? I feel like you saw that more.
Yeah, dude. Warlock was great. Warlock was really good. The guy that played in Warlock, the main guy that was Warlock, you remember Arachnophobia, the guy that was studying all the tarantulas, the one that they brought in? That's Warlock. I can't remember the guy's name. He's awesome. Warlock 2 was fucking weird, but Warlock 1 was really good.
Yeah, I remember the case. It had that shadow like behind the dude on the white case. And
gory as fuck too. Surprisingly gory.
I remember liking White Fang as a kid, but I can't remember fuck all about it now. I'm confused.
You know what I got to go back and watch, dude, because I can't remember fuck all about that is Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I need to watch that for sure. So I'm going to end that poll right there. Lionheart wins handily as we all expected. So we'll just go right into 1990 fucking 2. This one's got a little bit more juice to it, but trust me, guys, if you don't know these movies,
can't jump, y'all.
Hang tight. It's not that fun early, but it gets better later. The later we go. But 1992 is going to be, let's see. 1992. Ooh, ooh,
that's Mike's cum noise. It's kind of like fucking Marv from Home Alone 2 when he gets electrocuted.
Oh shit. Okay, so we got Cuffs with Christian Slater.
Like that one.
We've got The Hand That Jerks You Off. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. We have Free Jack, which is a movie I used to love when I was a kid. Starred Mick Jagger and Emilio Estevez. And what do you think, dude? Which one? Juice or Fried Green Tomatoes? As the 4th pick, because you can only have 4.
This one sucks, dude. Didn't fucking White Man Can't Jump come out this year?
No, not in January. Not in January, it didn't.
Shit.
Fried Green Tomatoes or Juice?
You got to go with Juice.
Juice was actually a pretty good fucking movie, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's wrong, Juice Box? Juice Box? I don't know.
That's what I said, dude. It gets better as we go. We got to get through these first couple years, you know?
Fuck, dude, because I would have picked White Man Can't Jump for 92.
Well, it's not in there, Jay. I'm sorry. I'd like to fuck.
But I want it to be
Island.
Question Confucius. They'll say, what? Like, it doesn't matter, little kid. Just
look, nobody else is going to pick this, so I'm going to go with Free Jack. Emilio Estevez, Mick Jagger, a futuristic. He's a fucking Formula One race driver, and like he gets in a wreck, and then he's dead. But they put him into the future, and he has to escape. I don't fucking know. It's a wild, goddamn, stupid ass movie, but it's one of the movies I watched as a small child alone in my bunk in the 90s.
I remember the cover of it. I remember it was like that black dude with like it was like a navy blue. Black background, and then that black dude had like one of those little newspaper caps on, or like a leather. He looked like the dude from Kool Moe Dee, and he was like in the background. I don't think I ever watched it though. I remember. No, I'm not talking about Juice. It was Free Jack.
No, Free Jack is like, it's like the cover's like a diamond of people, and it's like Emilio Estevez here and
okay, maybe
Oliver
I'm thinking
Platt,
of Juice.
I think was in it. Maybe
I think of Juice. I'm thinking of someone. I don't know. It was this. I remember it was like the black dude he was in the background and he had one of those leather caps on, like those newspaper boy caps.
It's
and
possible
there was like forefront. I don't remember. Maybe it was something else. What was the
question? So Cuffs, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Free Jack, or Juice?
I don't like any of those.
I thought you liked The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
I like it all right, but I'm not. I don't think I'd pick that. I don't think I think January I'd stay at home and jack off. It's like I'm like I ain't going
Oh,
for nothing.
I'm thinking of Flowers in the Attic. That's the one that you like. You like Flowers in the Attic a lot. You're a
I don't know
Flowers in the Attic
yeah,
guy.
was that came out in January?
No, Jay. The only movies that came out January are the ones I named.
Well, then I hate them all.
Dude,
I'm going to
Juice is good.
refrain from voting. No, I
You
like
didn't watch
Juice. I can
Cuffs?
barely remember it.
I
No,
can't remember it much either.
But no,
it was good.
I don't remember Juice, and I remember liking Cuffs when I was a kid, but it's definitely a kid movie. But I don't remember much of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Mac Mick is right. That was the one Omar Epps, Tupac were in Juice. I remember it being good. I just can't remember shit all about it. Yeah. Someone said New Jack City. New Jack City pissed me the fuck off when I watched
That was
as a
it.
kid.
That was the cover. New Jack City.
Okay, yeah.
It's
good. It's a good movie.
That's what I was talking about.
But I hate it when I was a kid. I was like, I don't like the way that shit is.
By the way, that also goes back to the discussion that we had last live stream about how important and how cool and how memorable those VHS covers were back in the day. Like, even if you've never seen the movie, you remember the covers.
Yeah.
And that's saying something, Jim.
All right. So it looks like Juice is going to come in first. Hand That Rocks the Cradle second. Cuffs with 9%. And Free Jack in the last spot at 5%.
Was Juice the one about the kid named Juice? He was like a kid, and he was like on the streets. He wasn't like homeless or anything, but he was like, it was like he was trying to grow up in the ghetto, and he was trying to avoid the same mistakes that everybody else had made, like drug dealers and shit like that. And I think it was like that. I can't remember. It's been fucking a million years since I've seen it. I remember liking it though a lot.
Yeah, I remember same as you. I don't remember shit fuck about it, dude, but I just remember it being good. Oh shit, what's this? Stop it. Stop. Don't tell me what to do, YouTube. Stop. God. Get your hand out of my
YouTube is like your annoying wife at a concert. And she's like, stop, God. I don't want to get on your shoulders and act like I like you, bitch. Fuck.
Okay.
Like, come on, baby.
Again, they're getting a little bit better as we go along, but it is January, so we got to get through some of the stinkers. Our next vote's going to be 1993. These movies were playing in theaters. What would you see? Leprechaun, Scent of a Woman, Alive. I think that was the Ethan Hawke. That was a movie where they were stranded on the mountain in the snow. Alive, or Jean-Claude Van Damme's Nowhere to Run.
Okay, well, just based off, Sin of a Woman is fucking one of Al Pacino's best movies of all time, dude. It really is a great goddamn movie, and Chris O'Donnell rocked the shit out of it too. He's no Streisand, but he's no Sharon Stone. He's no Sharon Stone. Honest to God, just because I'd be on a Van Damme kick and I'd be on that high, I'd go to see Nowhere to Run. I'd go see Nowhere to Run. Is it inferior to the mountains of giants next to it? Yes, but I would still go see Nowhere to Run.
I would go Nowhere to Run just as well. I thought Leprechaun, the first one, was okay. It was serviceable. And when you have the tiny fucking Leprechaun,
was pre-nose job for Jennifer Aniston.
Go right back to the same thing, dude, where I say, hey, kick that little fucker. You know, but Leprechaun's got a little bit of magic, so he's a little bit scarier than Chucky to me if you're going to face off against one of them. But Leprechaun's okay. Sid's Woman, classic movie. Alive was a classic movie first. That was a big deal. Back then,
that movie was actually scarier, I think, in Leprechaun, because they actually that really happened. They fucking ate people.
Yeah, Alive was one where they ate each other, right?
Yeah, it was a plane crash.
That was that one. Yeah, I get it confused with like Vertical Limit, all the movies about them.
Well, the thing about Alive though is I think I watched that on my own, and then we had a class on it, and they actually played the movie for our class. We were doing, I don't know what study we were doing, but it was like for biology or fucking social studies or something. The thing about that movie is what makes it scary is the fact that it's based on reality, and the fact that you were so hungry you literally ate chunks of their butt cheeks to stay alive.
Yeah,
and I'm glad they wiped, because you would have got duty.
Honestly, there's been a couple of nights where Taco Bell was closed early, and I probably would have eaten your butt.
You just got to pick out some ass cheek juice.
That sounded wrong. Let me get it. Did you wipe before I eat this butt?
That's what I'm saying. Like their asses were clean.
No way, dude. They had sweaty mountain butthole.
No, dude, because they'd been frozen and the water had washed it away.
That's true, but then you just got frozen chunks?
Dude, if I got a whiff of dry crack off I don't know, fucking Ron butt cheek, I'd be like, he was a dirty motherfucker in life, and he gave me goddamn. That's right, he was dirty.
It's like, damn, man, ain't somebody got a baked potato? So I'm gonna go Nowhere to Run too, though, dude. I think Nowhere to Run is actually an underrated Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Hey, I got it fucking over here, some goddamn.
Yeah, the weird thing about that movie is, like, me and dude, it's look at that cover. God damn.
Yeah. I'm fucking ready.
Van Damme looking like he blew up a bathroom and he's ready to fight you. Like,
hey, dude, this is
took the biggest shit diarrhea ever.
This is basically the movie. I show up, I fuck Widow, and then I fight.
Hey,
That's what it does.
Turn it back around to the front. You think I'm
That's you
scared of
blowing
your
up the
toilet
Walmart
paper?
bathroom.
I'm not scared of your toilet paper. I challenge it. And plus he's on a motorcycle, dude. You can't get better than that. It's weird, dude. I've had this discussion before. Mike, Cody, which is my brother, and myself, we have discussions about the best Van Damme movies of all time. Cody wants to. He's like, dude, because I mentioned Nowhere to Run. He's not my top 5. It's not my top 5,
Hey,
but it's not my. But it's still a great movie.
Why are you guys filming this? Give me just 1 sec. I'll be right back.
What? Why did it come to my face? I didn't want this. I didn't ask for this. So now I will sit here and stare awkwardly at the camera because I have nothing prepared to talk about. How are you? You doing good? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I feel like I'm being interviewed for a job for like goddamn Best Buy, and there's like 3 people in front of me, and they're like, so if we hired you here, what do you think that you could bring to the team? What I think is that I like DVD players, and I also enjoy Xboxes and PlayStations, and I have a limited knowledge of PC. Oh yeah, do you use PowerPoint? Do you know Excel? Like, no. I'm gonna excel at everything. Just not. Are you talking about the program? Yeah, it's awkward. That's happened before. I remember applying to a job before they closed at Circuit City, and they brought me in there, and there was a dude that was like, I remember he had really tight khaki pants on, and I could see some of his little wiener. Like, it was really super tight, and he was sitting there with his legs spread, and they had 2 other people sitting in the room, and they were just staring at me, and they were asking me like, so we're a family here at Circuit City, and before we hire you, we just want to know, like, what kind of qualifications that you bring to join our little family? And I'm like, I was thinking to myself, like, this is a fucking minimum wage job, though. So what the fuck is going on? Like, I thought it was going to be one of those, hey, we looked at your application, you're good to go. And it was like, my butt started sweating because I thought I was being interviewed for the FBI. But anyway, that was stupid. So, you know what? JT Custom says, have you seen the Book of Boba Fett yet? Ken 13 asked the same. No, I have not. I actually canceled my Disney Plus subscription a few months ago. I need to get that shit back on for Boba Fett. I forgot it was like it actually was premiering. Vanessa says she has beef with me over the newest Resident Evil movie. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry. Let's take that beef. We're gonna put it on the grill, and we're gonna grill it out, and we'll get over it. I don't know, what are you mad about? Connor says he turned 17 today. I'm scared. What the fuck you scared of? Holy shit, you're 17. I'll trade places with you. Give me 20 years back. Fuck yeah. That's you're gonna have some good times, man. Don't you worries about it. Don't you worries about it. KH Windy 28 says, hey, new Beavis and Butthead pics of them old. What do you think of them? I did see that. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't mind it at all. I think it's I think if you brought them back as the normal age and they were like still like young and youthful looking, I don't think that most people would. I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but I feel like this is actually funnier. It almost is like a foreshadowing of their future anyway. When you watch Beavis and Butthead Do America and they meet their fathers in the desert, after Butthead says the sun sucks. So I mean, I'm fine with them being old and all that stuff. The Obi-Wan, yeah, the series, yeah, Obi-Wan. Yes, I do want to watch that as well. Martin Cortez, just go to the high seas. Don't tip me, motherfucker, because I will. I don't really want to give them more money, but I don't know. I'll do it for the, like the Mandalorian. I love the Mandalorian, and I do want to watch Boba Fett, and I don't know. We'll see. Chaka Khan. Tomo Ogato says Jay would be my politically incorrect Obi-Wan. I have the fucking high ground, Anakin.
Sorry, man. Kid woke up. But okay, so where's the vote? Leprechaun. Leprechaun won by a lot. Leprechaun wins 57%. Number 2 is Nowhere to Run. Number 3 is Scent of a Woman. Number 4, Alive. One more thing I just want to say about Nowhere to Run, I didn't get the chance to, is that it's in my top 10 Van Damme movies. Maybe not my top 5, but I like it more than most people. As a kid, though, it was disappointing, right? Because you thought you were going to get a blood sport, you thought you were going to get a double impact, and it was more of a love story than anything else. And he had that sex scene with the wife from the whole 9 yards, I think it was. But like it was one of Van Damme's better like movies, like as a whole, like you know what I mean.
I wonder
like,
if I mean, would you guys? I don't know. Nowhere to Run. Does it feel like that was like the beginning of the end for Van Damme? That movie, because a lot of his movies eventually went straight to DVD and said fuck all. But the thing is, though, Time Cop I think came out after Nowhere to Run, and I like Time Cop a lot. So
that the very last big movie he had was Sudden Death. I'm pretty sure. I think that was the last one where he was like marquee.
I know, yeah, because when I was out, like, yeah, Sudden Death. Because when I saw that on, like, obviously we didn't go to the theater to see that, but I remember seeing it, you know, walking through the video store, and I'm like, what's that? He's a hockey security guard. That's a far fall from when he was a time agent.
I remember I rented that one night. My sister and I rented both Halloween 4 and Time Cop, and we ate Ruffles with the ranch dip. It was a good fun night, dude.
Dude, Time Cop is great. I really do like Time Cop. And first, I also will say that I think that Sudden Death is extremely underrated as well. I think people like kind of shit on it, but I think it shows a lot of versatility in Van Damme's acting, because the fact that he's not like a super badass from the Kumite. He's like a dad, and he works as a security guard in a hockey rink, and then his kids get kidnapped, and then he has to go on the offensive, but he has all this training. Of course he does. And then that just makes sense. But I mean, it's still cool, though, is the fact that he has to show that versatility in a way that he really hadn't shown it. The only other time that he's done that is, in my opinion, is Double Impact.
Yeah, well, I think he's
he had to play a pussy like
a
Chad, and then he had to be a badass like Alex.
Yeah, that's true. He did have a lot of range if you look at it that way. Andrew Graziosa says, "Hey guys, weird question. Which new director would you want to make a Leprechaun remake?" None. Andrew, I think it was a fabric of its time. I don't think a Leprechaun movie in any faction could ever be good today. But if I had to pick somebody, I'd say fucking Don Mancini. He's good at making little people scary.
Yeah, I want to see Kevin O'Hara direct the Leprechaun movie. I don't really care what they do with Leprechaun. I mean, they could leave it in the desert and bury it and poop on it for like 15 years. The thing about Leprechaun is I know there's an audience for it, and I know people like that kind of, you know, goofy ass shit. But like, imagine, I feel like it would be an insult if they were like, you get your first job being a director, and you're like, oh, I'm so excited, I'm gonna do a horror movie. I don't know what are they gonna give me? I have no idea. And you're all, you know, they're gonna announce what they're gonna give you, and you gather the family around. You're all having wine and celebrating with cheese and crackers, and then they fucking say Leprechaun. I'm like, fuck. This is worse than when my wife told me she was pregnant, and she said I used protection.
Sean Tubby 123 says, number 1, sup glow sticks. Number 2, semester don't start till the 24th, so we partying tonight. Nice. Number 3, I quote y'all so much. I got my friends, family quoting you all now too. We love you, fucking Sean.
I like that. That's
yeah,
good,
just taking a hot dump.
That's the best part.
God damn you, Micah! There's no toilet paper in here. I got yelled at by my wife the other day because I was taking a poopy, and look, I walked in and there was one roll and it looked like it had some life on it, but it did not. And then I was like, hey, you know, you do the bang on the door, like, can I get some fucking help in here? You know, like, you're like, someone please bring me some. She walks, she's like, she headed me through the door. She's like, I swear to God, you're the only person I know that doesn't look at fucking toilet paper before you take a shit. I'm like,
I don't either sometimes.
They have paper on it. I swear to God.
Dude,
the worst is when you don't have any help and you have to like put it around your knees and like waddle to the fucking
place. I always make this exasperated sigh when I look over because I didn't notice the toilet paper looked like a skinny like chicken arm with like barely any kind of flesh. And I look over and I'm like, and I know I have to like waddle / penguin walk myself to wherever that we keep the toilet paper, and it's gonna be embarrassing because no one's home to help. So I have to do it.
You just hope you don't
have
drip.
to expose your butthole to the air.
Yeah. It's like you turn into
that goddamn you, Michael, by the way. That was when I was at CVS, dude. That was when somebody came in, they were like, hey, will you do a goddamn you, Michael? I'm like, actually, my boss is like 15 feet behind me, and I can't really do that because what's gonna happen is they're gonna think I'm talking to you and saying, goddamn you, Michael, your prescription is what it is. If you can't afford it, get a job. So I'm not gonna do that. And they were like, oh, that sucks. I was like, well, I'll wait till my break. And then I just never went outside because I was embarrassed.
I always turn into, when that happens to me, I always turn into Bruce Willis from Die Hard 5 when you turn over to like there's no toilet, like I'm supposed to be on vacation.
Yeah,
Ben
man, when
Wolf,
we do those Loomis Myers videos, you get stuck with those voices for a while. Like,
you
it
do.
just gets in your goddamn head. It really does.
They do. Yeah, they get stuck in your fucking head for sure. Especially the Loomis thing. It's stuck in my fucking head. Ben Wolf says, you guys should do a live feed at the real Myers house or some famous film location with us fans as a live audience party. Hey, man, if we were bigger, maybe they'd let us do shit like that. And if they did, we fucking would. That's why y'all got to
sneak
share this
in
video.
illegally. We'll live stream that until our shit gets picked up by TMZ when it's like 2 hardcore obsessed fans were caught at the locations of the Halloween filming places.
Yeah.
They are known on YouTube as we watched shit.
Yeah, we're just lucky if we get invited, which most times we don't. But they definitely would never let us film at one of them.
I know that at one point it would have been really cool to go to that. And I'm not even a huge fan of the movie. I know I love the first one, but the Scream House where they were having that one time where you could go to the Scream House and watch the movie and stuff.
Yeah,
but there was I watched some YouTube channel and this chick that she went and she vlogged it. It was kind of cool, but there was a lot of awkwardness too, because there were a lot of people that were dressed up and they were trying to like quote the movie to like, I think somebody came that ran the production and they were quoting the movie to her, and I'm like, yeah, this is weird. I'm like, I don't know about all this.
We all love this. Robert Goodwin, thanks, buddy. Says, Mike and Jay, yesterday was my birthday. I have a question for you. Do you guys think Wes Craven's Shocker is an underrated movie? First off, happy fucking birthday,
Happy
Robert.
birthday, man.
Happy birthday, dude. Shocker. It was
Shocker. That music was cool too. I do like that song.
It wasn't a good movie, but it was a great fun to watch horror movie for sure.
I feel like Shocker was one of those. You know what? I think that if Wes Craven had ever tried his hand out in doing, if he were still alive today and he'd ever wanted to create a supervillain, I think he would have done a pretty good. That's how I feel about Shocker. I feel like it was a supervillain origin story. I know it was supposed to be a horror movie, but it felt like a supervillain, like Electro or something. I don't know. I feel like it was a darker edged Electro story. But I like. I mean, I don't know if it's underrated. I think I feel like it falls pretty well on the IMDb score.
Yeah, I'll give you that. All right, number four, 1994. That's where we're going next. We're going to the land of 1994. You walk up to the movie theater and you say, "What am I going to see today?" You know what your choices are going to be?
What?
Choices are going to be today. Number 1, Varsity Blues, 1994, dude. That's how
throw
old
that fucking pick. John Voight, goddamn, why you gotta be so mean, coach?
I don't want your life. Varsity Blues, you got She's All That. Which they actually were gonna do a sequel to. You got
is that old Freddie Prinze?
Jamie Lee Curtis in Virus.
Oh god, that movie sucks.
The Thin Red Line.
That movie's really fun, but I barely remember it.
Yeah, it was really fucking good war movie. I think Terrence Malick was one of his.
Virus was one of the movies.
I was like, super weird shit.
I remember Virus. The cover was like, it was like an electric storm coming out of a fucking like pod in space. You could see it, and then her face was like imprinted on the background. But
it's the kind of movie you get confused with like Sphere.
Dude, I thought Virus was. I didn't even know that went to the theater. I thought it was a TNT special.
I don't know. I know Chris Nelson worked on that movie, didn't he? Because they said he met Jamie Lee Curtis on that set.
Yeah, I mean,
and then met her again on Halloween Kills or Halloween 2018.
You know, if he's watching this, I retract my statements, Chris. But
well, he did the special effects. I never saw
the special effects were fine.
I never saw the movie. This is going to be a very, very quick throw in the dead towel. I don't think anybody's surprised by this, so we can move on, get into the good stuff now. Varsity Blues currently sitting at 65% as the winner. She's All That, a surprising number 2 at 22%. Virus at 7%, and the Thin Red Line at it went up to 8% now.
Hey, look,
but yeah, Varsity Blues, dude.
I just want to talk about Varsity Blues winning. John Mox just one man. We have a whole team. By the way, Paul Walker was in that. A lot of people forget Paul Walker was in that.
I like when the one dude's looking. He's like, he's looking at his face like, "Hey man, what the fuck is that?"
Tweeter. Yeah. I like when he was butt naked. He's like, "Come on, man, get in the car." He's like, "No, I'm good. I'm good and not tweet." He's like, "I'm gonna go to jail." He's fucking driving butt naked, and he's like, "They put their ass cheeks against the window pane." He goes, "We never did that."
A bunch of the people are saying Varsity Blues was 1999. I swear to God, when I looked it up on the list today, let's see.
Oh, dude, it might be 99. Yeah, I think it was.
It was 99. What the fuck, dude? I swear to God, it was listed in 1994. I swear to fucking God, it was.
We had a movie in 94 like that.
All right. Hey, calm down. Hey, a guy's allowed to fuck up, okay?
You fucked up the last time.
I'm fucking sorry. Okay, so that makes the winner whatever fucking second place was, which was The Thin Red Line. Let's move on. All right, 2000. The year of 2000 fucking sucked.
Get off my sack, man.
The year of 2001 fucking sucked in January. So we're gonna move to 2002. Oh no. All those movies were 1999. I fucked up. I got confused on my Microsoft Word.
Damn.
That was all 1999. Forget this.
Mike had the Elon Musk virus.
I got a lot of pressure, man.
I was so excited about those movies, and I put them in the wrong goddamn year. I'm doing my best. I did my best.
Where are you going, Milo, you little butt nugget? Sorry, guys. Hey, but we did 1999. So I wasn't completely wrong. I have it all in Microsoft Word, and the pages get all like, they put the 2 pages together, and you got to scroll down.
You have it all on where?
On Microsoft Word, where I typed it out.
Word.
Yeah, Word.
Word.
So my bad.
Word. I want that saying to come back. When people it's like Word.
Yeah. Well, so Word, I fucked that up. Word. So actually, 1999 is done. We did that. 1995, we're gonna skip because it fucking sucked buttholes. We're going straight to 1996, which is a fucking great year because that's the year the Packers won the goddamn Super Bowl.
That was a terrible year.
That was a great fucking year. Sorry, everybody.
Didn't the Denver Broncos beat them in '98?
Shut up, dude. It was 97
back championships. Sean Elway.
Hey, the day the Packers lost that Super Bowl was the day I got my Packers bedspread. I was like, Super Bowl day, I got my fucking Packers.
I do remember them winning though, because my dad's a huge Packers fan.
Yeah, the first one was fucking awesome. But all right, 1996 is where we moved to. Our first movie is going to be 12 Monkeys.
Weird shit. That's like a PCP pipe that's full of fucking craziness.
Bernie said, but Mortal Kombat came out in 95. These aren't the movies that came out that year. This is just in January, guys. This is what was playing in the theaters in January. Otherwise, it would be crazy fucking list. And that's why we're going to do it every month. But 12 Monkeys, Biodome, fucking classic. Dude, what am I? I'm a duckbill platypus.
I haven't seen it forever, but it's some good shit.
Another great comedy, fucking classic comedy. Don't be a menace to the hood while drinking. Don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. That was the name of it. Fucking mail, motherfucker. That was a good one. Great goddamn. And then he did the break yourself. Hey, that's the one where he's like, hey man, you ever seen the soap suds fall down the crack of another man's ass?
And that was a preamble to Scary Movie.
Yeah.
What they did with that. Yeah.
And then finally, probably going to be the winner from dusk till dawn. This is definitely the best poll we've had yet.
Get out of here. Get out of my fucking face. Get out of my fucking face and keep her in the trunk.
12 Monkeys, Biodome, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, and Dusk Till Dawn, which I typed Dusk Till Dawn because I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm gonna be like George Clooney and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Of course this is gonna win.
Drink hard.
Of course this is gonna win. We have a real good I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me attitude.
Did the poll go up? Because it keeps giving me an error. You guys see a poll? What the fuck?
What?
It keeps saying it won't give me the fucking poll. It says there's an error.
Can you please give him the poll in his mouth and butt? He wants it.
I'll try it again. Someone said classic Mike error. Hey, fuck you, man.
You're already getting a fucking name after you.
Fuck you, Stephanie.
Classic.
Oh man, Dusk Till Dawn.
I can feel like was it Stephanie that said that? She's probably drinking her fucking Franzia wine, and she's like, "Classic Mike error."
Shit, fuck. I guess it didn't go up. Hang on. Biodome. You made into it. Biodome.
If you can find any piece of pussy cheaper, fuck it. Oh shit! I like when they go into Mexico. He's like, "We're in Mexico, you little piece of fucking shit. We are in Mexico." Dude, that was, you know what? Of all George Clooney performances, the most badass performance George Clooney has ever done in his entire career.
Yeah, no, it's his best movie, dude. Fuck it, like fuck, not even badass. It's George Clooney's best goddamn movie.
Yeah, I'm sure people's gonna argue with this, but it might be.
That man's a great actor. Ocean's 11 rocked. Fucking George Clooney is the shit as an actor, but dude, he picks boring ass fucking Michael Clooney or Michael Clayton.
You little piece of fucking shit. We're in Mexico. he's like shaking his goddamn head like a pinata.
Oh shit. Yeah, my ranking would be okay. Number 1 would be From Dusk Till Dawn. Number 2 would probably be Biodome. Biodome was fucking, dude. That movie was so goddamn
It's been so long.
I love that movie. He's like, I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need. No, that was a different movie. That was Stephen Baldwin, and I think Half Baked. When he's like, I'm gonna need a snorkel, a blowtorch, and a whatever. But I fucking love Biodome. We can dance if we want to. 12 Monkeys. I never really loved it. Don't Be a Menace. So I'm gonna go.
Movie. It's good.
Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn, Biodome, Don't Be a Menace, close third place, and then probably a deep fourth would be 12 Monkeys for me.
I would probably put for sure Dusk Till Dawn with a bullet point, y'all. Dusk Till Dawn, Biodome. I put Biodome next because that was at the. I feel like Pauly Shore had a little bit of magic left in him, so I feel like that was a pretty good movie. I mean, it was a decent play, like how those guys were best friends and they find love and all that good shit. 12 Monkeys, I do like the time travel aspect to it, but they went fucking weird just to be weird.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, hey, I already know you skateboard, but why are you wearing goddamn gothic clothes? Like, I already know you're weird.
They had that weird guy with the red. He's like, "What do you want out of life?" He's like, "To die and come back as a."
Well, then they do the whole fucking like mind twist thing when you see yourself die when you're a little boy at the beginning, and then he's like, "Oh," and then he's dying. I'm like, God damn, fuck this. My brain went like screwball for like 2 days.
Oh, you're talking about 12 Monkeys. I was still talking about Biodome.
No, I was talking about 12 Monkeys was 3, and then the last was Don't Be a Menace. I do like Don't Be a Menace, but I can barely remember it as it is. I mean, it's classic, but I don't remember much of it.
Yeah, Biodome was weird, dude. It was basically like Beavis and Butthead, like as a movie.
Yeah.
Like it really could have been. Like one has brown hair, one has blonde hair. They get stuck in that dome. It's like we're being environmentally conscious or whatever. I just love that movie so much.
You also look
it's so
at Quentin
rewatchable.
Tarantino, dude. By the way, it's a Robert Rodriguez directed film. Quentin Tarantino is an awesome actor in that.
In that,
that. Like, he's not a great actor overall, but I'm just saying in that, like it was his like his foot fetish thing. All that shit comes into play. Like, I don't know. And he's like, I would totally do that for you. And he's like, what? And he takes out a retainer. He's like, I would do what you asked me back to do at the hotel. And he's like, what did I ask you to do? So you asked me if I would eat your pussy.
Yeah. he was scary, dude. And then when George Clooney gets back and like the whole fucking room's covered in blood, he's like, what the fuck did you do? I love that scene.
He's like, God damn, Seth, he's like my only pair. He's like, we'll get you another fucking pair. We'll be getting to Mexico. Shut up. Dude, by the way, Salma Hayek. Oh my goodness gracious me.
It was a great moment in time.
Damn, of yourself.
Yes,
I have seen the coming of the Lord.
Jesus, what? The devil. So that ends that poll. That was the best one yet. There were a lot of good movies. I can't believe Biodome came in last, but Dusk Till Dawn, heavy 74% winner. Don't Be a Menace, second at 11%. Again, that movie's so fucking quotable too. She's like, I'm pregnant. He's like, damn, how do you know already? Fuck.
Yeah,
that was a great fucking
because they're making fun of Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. I fucking love that movie, dude. And 12 Monkeys third place. Biodome got disrespected tonight at 6%.
Well, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people, like, it was, to be honest, it was one of Pauly Shore's, like, he was surfing out of the relevancy in modern cinema. Like, people were just getting kind of tired of his whole whistle shtick.
It was
I gotta go pee though before we get into the next year.
Okay. Quit taxing my gig so hardcore, Cruster.
Meat group.
All right. While Jay's gone, I'll make myself big from my wiener to my face. Hey, if your wiener could reach your face, would you ever leave the room? I would. I'd leave the room to be alone with it. I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, no, I'm disappointed in the lack of love for fucking Biodome, man, because I just love that movie so goddamn much. Oh, but duck-billed platypus. And when they're smelling each other's farts in the bunk beds, he's like, peanut butter and jelly and Cheetos or whatever it was. I like that movie a lot. Definitely better than In the Army Now to Me for Pauly Shore, for sure. Hey, Scott, big fan from down under. Hey, X-Shin noticed my fucking haircut. You know who didn't notice my fucking haircut?
Shut the fuck up.
My wife didn't notice my haircut. You ever do that, you guys? Like, you come home, you're like, man, I got a fresh cut. And your wife doesn't say shit. And then you're like, I'll wait like 20 minutes and I'll be like, hey, your hair looks nice today. She'll be like, thanks. I'm like, hey, you got something to say? I got it cut shorter than ever before. D. Mitch, you're right. Fucking Son-in-Law was awesome, man. That was a great movie too. I think the height of Pauly Shore was no doubt Encino Man, though. That was the best, you know. Stony is the crustiest Pato. That was the fucking best movie ever, dude. Big chunks. Oh shit. Yeah, like Pauly Shore just, it really was a stick, man. Like it worked. He got a couple movies out of it. He took that as far as it could go. And he slept with like more women than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did, which is fucking insane if you think about it. Ben Wolf says, do you think Michael Myers' parents are going to make an appearance at Halloween? They would still be alive. I wrote about this. I wrote an article about this, and Bloody Disgusting actually surprisingly published it. But about, is Michael Myers still waiting for his parents to show up? Because I think that that is something that has not been looked at when you look at all this. He kills Judith, and he's there, and his parents show up, and you don't see anything. You just see him go to Smith's Grove. But if you think about it, like he's in a sense been abandoned by his parents. In this timeline, they're not dead. At least they haven't said that they're dead. What if he keeps going back to his house because he's just a kid looking for his parents? You know what I mean? And he's looking out that window waiting for them to come the fuck home. And maybe that's the whole window thing. That was my idea. I'm not saying that wasn't a prediction. It was just an idea, just something to talk about. But I totally think, I think that option is fucking open. Jägerbomb says, Mike, I'm at work, yell at my boss and tell him to shut the fuck up. Hey, Steve, shut the fuck up. I'll take as many smoke breaks as I goddamn want to. You know why? Because it's the millennium, baby. Nobody gives a fuck about their jobs. Fire me. Hire somebody else. I don't even think it's the millennium anymore. But like, you know what I mean? There's a job, something going on. Look at fucking the news. I don't know. I don't need this piece of shit. Fuck you, Steve or Greg or Jim or whatever the fuck your boss's name is. He'll do whatever he fucking wants to. He'll get his hair cut and no one will notice. All right? If that's what he fucking wants to do. Because he's a free goddamn man. So like he said, shut the fuck up. I spilled my drink. I got upset for you. I didn't know Pauly Shore was in fucking Futurama. That's badass. That's amazing. Can you all believe though? Like, yeah, it's apple juice action. Can you all fucking believe that Pauly Shore was as famous as he was? Like, if you just take a hard look back at the 90s, like at Pauly Shore, like that dude was like one of the most famous comedians of all fucking time at that moment. He slept with like over 1,000 women. Pauly Shore. How the fuck does that make any sense? Good for him. Good for him. I like, people can surprise you. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe that. That boggles my fucking mind. Jason Dyer says, Mike, the haircut looks good as fuck. Thank you, Jason. Maybe I should marry you. Would you like to have sex tonight? He says, please tell Jay to show some love for Scream and stop hating. Leatherface football talk rules. Love you guys. Love you too, Jason. Even though what I just said is going to mean 30 looks out of the corner of the room. I do love you, and I will sleep with you. And who won't sleep with you? I have Jason. What I was going to say was, I'm going to do a big Leatherface video at the end of the year, of the NFL year, for Patreon for sure. Because I know I've been slacking on that. But the kids have been home. They had Christmas break. You know, they had the Christmas break and all that stuff. So the kids are here. I can't do Leatherface at home when the kids are here because, like, that's got to be scary as fuck. Could you imagine if you walked around the corner and your dad was wearing that Leatherface mask and he was like, rocking and all that dumb shit? It would probably fucking scar you.
I hate it when my kids fucking see that.
Yeah, exactly.
You will find you are mistaken about a great many things. It was I who allowed your rebel friends to the Oh, dude, I was telling April, I was quoting Emperor Palpatine when he was like, dude, it's the funny, it's some, I'm not knocking, I love Return of the Jedi, but when Emperor Palpatine was like, he was so saucy. He was so saucy. And he was like, oh, I'm afraid the Death Star will be quite operational when your friends arrive. I was like, tell it, sister. Like, it was just funny. I don't know. I was just thinking about the other day. I don't know why I was thinking of Emperor Palpatine.
I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. So not number, but we are on to what, 1990. We just did 96, 97.
Uh-oh, TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Make sure that you burn down Andre Rison's house.
Oh man. Okay. Good times on this one. This is pretty good. This one's got I fucked it up. I went to the wrong year. 1997. 5 choices. It's not that great, you know. If it includes Jackie Chan's First Strike, it's probably not the best fucking year.
It's like 5 choices at the McDonald's $1 menu at 3 a.m. You only have limited numbers. Like, so you want the fish sandwich, the chicken nuggets, or the Big Mac, or like you're like, yeah, I'll just take the Big Mac. Fuck it, I don't want the chicken or the fish sandwich.
Yeah,
by the way, the fish sandwich is gross as shit. Mom used to always get the fish sandwich. I hated the fish sandwich, dude.
Look, like I don't I keep fucking this up. I don't love McDonald's. Like my 6-year-old, no matter where you are, you could be in fucking Hawaii and be like, hey, what do you want to eat tonight? You can have whatever you want. Fucking
Aloha McDonald's.
Crab legs. Yeah, she's like McDonald's nuggets, McDonald's.
It's a staple of American culture.
But the problem is with McDonald's is even though it's not good and you're not excited about it, you can't fucking order someone else food from there, and then you smell the fries and you're like, I gotta fucking eat something.
Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. There's something about when you've been drinking and you have a Big Mac, and once you bite into that motherfucker,
drunk, it's amazing.
God damn.
Yeah. No, drunk, it's the best.
What's better though, McDonald's Big Mac when you're drunk, or a Taco Bell situation? I think I'm gonna go with Taco Bell situation. If you have your choice,
Taco Bell's better when you're drunk, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, here's the 1997 vote, folks. It is going to be betwixt Jackie Chan's First Strike, which, by the way, if we're talking about the
First Strike's pretty good. I remember First Strike.
It wasn't the worst, but you had that run of Rumble in the Bronx, which everybody was blowing their
Super
fucking
Cop.
boards about, and then Super Cop. But then you're like, okay, what's the next Jackie Chan? And then you rent it, and it's First Strike, and it's like Jackie Chan in the snow. Never Jackie Chan.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'll take that back. When I say First Strike was kind of good, I'm only saying it through a drunken lens. It wasn't that good. I do remember. After what you just said, because I forgot, Rumble in the Bronx was what started the wetness, and Super Cop continued the erection. And then when you got to that one, you're like, oh, fuck.
It's like,
she's ugly.
This is now the end.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. I think we rented First Strike. I'm like, nah.
I am bored as fuck halfway through. But then you got Turbulence with Ray Liotta, fucking underrated badass movie. And then finally, what I think is going to win, Beverly Hills Ninja with the great Chris Farley.
That's it.
I mean, that's my number. And then Larry Flint, People versus Larry Flint.
That's a good one too. Harrelson. That's a really Woody Harrelson killed it.
I never liked Larry Flint. Like, I need to go back and rewatch it because as a kid, dude, I saw myself as like a pure kid. I know this seems fucked up, but like when they would get into like sex and like dirty stuff and all that, like as a kid, I was always like, this is too much for me a little bit. I was
already like a Confucius of porn at that point, so I didn't mind it.
But like at the early ages, I was kind of like Leonardo, like where I'm more of a Michelangelo kind of guy now as the Ninja Turtle. Like that's as a kid, I felt like I saw myself as more of a pure soul. So I didn't like the People versus Larry Flint. I also wasn't
a fan.
In
church singing hymns?
No. I went to a couple, but usually because I was trying to get laid by some. Yeah. But, I never was a fan of Larry Flint. Need to rewatch it. Beverly Hills Ninja's fucking hilarious because Chris Farley's a god. But Turbulence, dude, is underrated. Ray Liotta was really good in that fucking movie. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't remember it that much. Because out of those two, like the weird thing for me, the motivation, like I look at like, did Larry Flint have some good sex scenes in it if I were going to rent it? And it didn't.
Is that the one with Courtney Love?
Yeah, that's why it was gross.
Ooh,
I mean, there was like a threesome situation. It was like Courtney Love. That's like watching a fucking, like, I don't know, a possum eat garbage. Like, I don't know. It was gross. I didn't. It wasn't. No, dude, it wasn't because I didn't even really know Courtney Love's situation when I watched her, but she's kind of like skanky looking, and she looked like she smelled like mayonnaise. And then she was kissing on a girl and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, it's like kind of grody. I was like, I'm not into this at all. And then Larry Flint, he looked like he smelled like bologna and cheese.
I think it was literally Courtney Love's hairy vagina that made me hate that fucking movie.
And it was a great movie. I mean, as for Edward Norton was also in it. He was awesome as the lawyer for Larry. He was great. But yeah, dude, overall, Beverly Hills Ninja, like, I feel like that was the last great Chris Farley movie that he ever did. I mean, I know he did Almost Heroes with Matthew Perry, was his actually technically last movie, but that movie wasn't even that fucking good. Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Rock, he's like, don't worry, Joey, keep choking that chicken. like one day you will choke that chicken. I love that. And Robin Shue, was that Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat?
Oh no, I was thinking of Elizabeth Shue.
No, I think his name's Robin Shue. I could be wrong. Robin Shue, I think Robin Shue is Liu Kang. He was the brother of dude. Yeah, it was a great fucking movie, dude. And it also showed look, no matter where you start out in life, you can sometimes and one day become a great master of the martial arts because you fucked with his brother and he whoops that ass at the end. I love that movie. It's so good. And then when he was like, when Chris Farley gets fucking drunk at the strip club and he starts smacking his own ass when he starts dancing with the strippers, he's like, and then when he's like acting like the sous chef, he's like, and he flips the shrimp into that girl's cleavage. He's like, oh, watch out, watch out.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go Beverly Hills Ninjas.
Yeah,
My number one too. My number two is going to be Turbulence, which is getting dicked right now. I don't think enough people have seen Ray Liotta Turbulence. It's like Red Eye with Cillian Murphy, but Ray Liotta was the bad guy. I remember all the it's weird, dude. Like the movies you remember from the 90s. I remember all the ads for that movie. I remember the poster for Turbulence. I remember when it came out on video. I remember watching it. But it's a movie now. Nobody knows what the fuck it is now. Like Unlawful Entry, fucking Ray Liotta, Kurt Russell, badass movie. 92% of the people you go to the street like, hey man, you ever seen fucking Unlawful Entry? That was badass, right? They're like, no, I ain't never seen that shit in my life.
You say Turbulence. I kind of remember the title, but I don't remember the movie. The only turbulence that was happening was my report card.
It was bad time.
Bad.
The report
cards. I found my old
report
cards like earlier this week. I did shitty, really bad in third grade, dude. Like holy fuck. I'm one of these streams I'll bring it out and read you the comments, dude. It's like JT needs to pay attention more in class, dude. It's fucking like scolding. JT needs to rely less on others to succeed. I'm like, all right, are you telling me not to use people as pawns to get ahead in life? So you might as well tell people, the CEOs of businesses, to fuck off.
Did it really say that? Did it really say like
on my life,
on my life?
Like
Jay needs to lean on others less to succeed.
No, yeah, exactly. Dude, third grade, it said JT needs to rely less on others to help him complete his work.
Were you cheating off other kids' tests?
No, I would go into a goddamn. Hold on, I think I froze.
You're back.
No, what happened was we go in this group projects, and these people were all fucking like, trying to please the teacher and kiss the brown eye of the butthole. So I'd be like, hey, you guys take control. You guys do it, man. And they're like, okay, so I think that, and I would just sit back and not really participate in the group project because I didn't know shit. They were smarter than me and they knew what the material was. So I was like, you guys do this and I'll delegate it.
Oh, every single parent teacher conference I ever had in my entire life, they always said the exact same thing to my parents. They were like, I love that kid. He's bubbly. He's happy. He's like one of the happiest kids in here. He has a great fucking time. He's like a class clown. But they were like, seriously, he doesn't shut the fuck up. You need to tell your kid to shut the fuck up. Yeah. That was basically my report card. The teacher parent meetings. My report cards are like D's and F's.
I was always really respectful and nice and shit like that. I mean, I never had any complaints about my behavior. The point being is like, okay, so you're going to dock my kid for being able to delegate responsibilities because he's not qualified to answer those particular questions in a group setting. Well,
hey, they should have made you a politician.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think they fucking know shit? Have you seen a Joe Biden speech?
Oh, shit. So Beverly Hills Ninja wins number 1, 57%. Jackie Chan's First Strike comes in second place at 19%. Larry Flint comes in third place at 15% just because of Courtney Love's stinky, murderous vagina. And then finally, like Turbulence comes in last at 9%. Dan Heteron, a beautiful, soulful, fucking funny dude who we met
Dan,
once.
I know Dan.
Says, what up, everyone? Happy New Year. 1 week till Stu is back to kill some people as Ghost Fest. Get it up! I fucking love it.
Long Ghost Fest.
I know I did.
That'd be cool. Hey man, that'd be a great convention if it was like Screamaholics. Call it Ghost Fest.
Yeah. I just fucking see. I get drunk and I make money. That's what I do. I come up with ideas that make money. Love you, Dan.
Or you just spray your butthole on the streets.
Yeah, that's Mike Honcho. Tyler Rumpfelt, what's up, you sexual son bitch? He says, late drop in. Sup, boys? Watching Trailer Park Boys at the same time. I love that show. I'm legit Ricky, just not quite as dumb. Love your faces. I've never seen Trailer Park Boys. Have you?
I want to say maybe part of an episode or something, but I don't.
I've never seen that or Jerky Boys.
Jerky Boys. I think that we've had like multiple suggestions on Trailer Park Boys and Jerky Boys, but I don't think we've watched it. Because I know that Jerky Kids in the Hall is also a classic kind of skit comedy.
Jerky Boys had albums that they came. They did a bunch of prank calls and shit
Yeah.
back in the day. I just never saw it. Love you, Tyler. You're awesome, dude. DJ Dream Entertainment. Thanks, buddy. He says, hey guys, hope y'all are well. If y'all still need help setting up a server, let me know. It's worth it. I've had mine for about 2 years. I don't know what a server is, but I do know what it's like to love another man in the throes of passion.
Yeah,
What?
he does. I took pictures of it.
Yeah.
And then it was a windy night in Chicago.
Maybe buy him back. I had to trade Jay all my Rocky soundtrack CDs. For
He
the
did,
pictures
and I listened to him as I watched him do it.
But
through a
fucking
telescope. I watched Mike from across the street with the Rocky soundtrack playing, penetrate another man's butt.
You're like, I'm gonna need that Rocky album, dude.
When Mike was doing it, he was in the throes of passion. I saw his sweaty face going, hearts on fire,
Deeper and deeper.
dick is rising through the poop chute. Yes.
That's what you
That
do
actually
when
was
you
getting the Lion King.
when you sleep with other dudes, you become the therapist from Stir of Echoes. Deeper and deeper.
Dude, I remember this one time.
Until you have a heart attack and die.
My dad he owned a nursery back a while ago, and he used to travel the road. He would be like, he owned a nursery. It was in Tennessee, and he used to be on the road all the time, so he was never home when my brother and I were growing up. Not a lot of the time anyway. And there was this one time that we found out that he said, yeah, I shared a hotel room with a man. And then I'm like, what are you talking about, Dad? And he's like, honey, that's what men do on the road. They share hotel rooms together. And I was like, God damn, Big Dad was Brokeback Mountain before there was a Brokeback Mountain.
It's the golden rule of the road, right?
That's it. And I was like, Dad, was there one bed? He's like, honey, there were two. I was like, I don't believe you.
I can imagine you, dude. You and Cody used to crack me the fuck up. You guys, we'd be on the road. You guys don't even understand. Like, we'd be in Big Dad's car. We'd be sitting in the back seat. I'm trying to act like all fucking proper and shit. And Jay would be like, hey, Big Dad. He'd be like, what? I'd be like, stop and give me a pack of cigarettes.
Like, yeah, I remember this one time I told Dad, I would be like, Big Dad used to take me up to the comic book store when I was a kid. And I'd be like, I would get the comic books. It was a great time. It was an awesome fucking time. We would go up to the comic book store. I would buy the comic books. He'd give me like $100 to go in, and then he would go out and buy some wonton soup from a Chinese restaurant that was right next to the comic book store that I was going to, and buy scratch off tickets. And when he ran out of money for his scratch off tickets and he was done with his wonton soup, if I wasn't out yet, he would bang on the door and get me to come out. And then when I would come out and we would be driving home, and I would have my little bag full of comic books and I would be reading it in the car. I'd be like, hey, Dad, let's go to Tacos 2 and get some food as we were driving into town. And Tacos 2 was basically that was the only Mexican restaurant that we had in the town that I'm from, a little small town. And he was like, nope. And he would hold his finger up like this for like 3 miles. He would say, no way. And I was like, Dad, stop. And I would push his finger down, and then he would pull it back up. And he wouldn't say anything. And then I was like, all right, you don't want any chili? And he was like, all right, we're going to pull in there. But you call your mother first and see if she wants something.
I remember one time y'all like,
I know this is so off topic.
Hey, get us a pack of cigarettes. They'd be like, I get you fucking more shit. You don't need to be smoking anyway. He'd be like, Dad, stop and get us a pack of cigarettes. I'm like, fuck, goddamn it. He pull over.
You smoke cigarettes. If you drink beer in front of him, he'll fucking kill you.
Oh yeah, but he came out with a fucking instead of like Marlboro Lights or Reds, which is what we smoked at the time as kids, which is kind of fucked up. But he pulled out he came in there with a fucking carton of Kentucky's Best cigarettes, and you were like, Dad, what the fuck is this shit? And he's like, they're just as fucking good, boys. Now you smoke.
Mom one time, mom got it. She was like, honey, I'd rather you smoke in front of me. Because I was like 16. She's like, I'd rather you smoke in front of me and then going out and getting some cigarettes that's dipped in some kind of drug and smoke it. She bought me a carton of American Gold. By the way, American Gold back then was like fucking $10 for a carton, and it came free with the purchase of Kellogg's. It was literally like they were giving it away, and I was like, Mom, that's some shit fucking tobacco. She's like, if you don't want it, then you get a job and buy your own. It's like, all right, well, that's sold.
Yeah, and I could never get cigarettes. So I was like, dude, let me bum a cigarette. You'd be like, damn, dude, you're a fucking bum. I'll be like, my parents don't buy me fucking cigarettes. And you're like, dude, these cost like $10 a carton. I'm like, you didn't fucking pay for it. Give me a cigarette, Jay.
Let me tell you how bad those American Golds were, dude. You get smoking that and flip, like the first puff you get, and then you flip it, the whole fucking the thing of tobacco comes out, and all you have is the paper. Like, Because I told Dad, I asked Big Dad, I was like, why does it do that? He's like, you know why that it is? Because they scrape all the fucking tobacco off the factory floor and they pack that shit in because it's cheap ass tobacco. I'm like, ah.
Well, this is apropos because what we're about to talk about is the first time that me and Jay really got into smoking cigarettes is because we were watching Half Baked. Your parents were on
Classic.
vacation. I came over. They took Cody with them, so it was just me and you. We just had like a 3-day fucking hangout session in the basement next to that weird Indian statue in your basement.
Yeah.
On the old school big screen TV, and we watched Half Baked, and we were like,
So
dude,
good.
let's steal some of Mom's cigarettes. So
We smoked the whole fucking carton in 2
we found,
hours.
yeah, we're watching Half Baked and watch them get high as fuck. We don't know where any weed is. We're young as fuck. So we found a carton of Misty Slim Lights, and they were like those.
No,
they were
they were the 120s.
Yeah. They're not 100.
Skinny ass Cruella de Vil cigarettes.
Yeah. So we sat in there fucking smoking the shit, getting what do you call it? Tobacco high, getting fucking nicotine high, smoking cigarettes and watching Half Baked, pretending that we were high. And we smoked that whole fuck carton of cigarettes watching goddamn Half Baked.
I noticed that we didn't even really inhale it because we I got I don't know how we didn't get mouth cancer that night.
No, I know, dude. We probably
fucking puffing it like a fucking cigar.
We just don't know it yet. But yeah, that brings us, and I'm gonna go pee now, but I'm gonna put the poll up first. 1998, what was playing in 1998 was Good Will Hunting. How about them apples?
Mm-hmm.
Fallen, Denzel Washington, underrated fucking demonic movie. Fallen, Half Baked, which we've already discussed. Fuck you. He's like, hey girl, you hungry?
Be careful there, hey, you must be so hungry, girl.
I don't know why, but I believe him, yo. And then finally, Phantoms, which Ben Affleck was the bomb in.
He was the bomb, though.
All right, I'll let you talk about those four, and I'll be right back.
Okay. The Phantoms movie, I can't, it's a phantom to my memory because I can't remember much of it. Half Baked is classic as fuck. We loves that. Okay. Fuck you, you're cool, but fuck you, I'm out. And then throws the burger and hits the guy in the face. Fallen is a really, really good movie. Denzel Washington plays it off perfectly. John Goodman is an awesome bad guy. I think they also have the dude that played Casey Jones. I think he's the initial bad guy, and then it's like a supernatural movie, even though it's more of an action thriller. It's still really good. And then what's the other fucking one that he said? Oh, my girlfriend's not paying attention. Good Will Hunting. I liked it a lot. It was really good. Matt Damon has a wonderful haircut, and he's doing a great job janitoring, but nobody knows secretly that guy's a genius. I do like that. I like that unassuming the plot line that went on with that movie. I do like the fact that he was a guy that would go beer busting with his friends at night, and nobody would ever suspect him to being the genius that he actually was. And then he solves like some mathematical algorithm on the school board, and then it's a great movie. But I still got to go with, just for fun and shits and gigs, I'm going to go with Half Baked. Half Baked for me is a great movie. It was really well done, man. I just feel like, Abba Zaba, you my only friend. I had a great time with it, and for me, it just encases the memory of my childhood. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the comedy. What? She was looking at me like I shit my pants. If I could pick a few movies that influenced mine and Mike's and my brother's comedy or personalities, Half Baked would be up there with a bullet hole. There's so much good shit about that movie. Yeah, it's definitely it's Half Baked for me, number ones. Clinton said, "Did you know I slightly farted, but it was not a poopy fart. It was just a slight little wee. There was no poop in there. There's no poop." Kin 13 says he'll now have to watch Half Baked and get some Giggle Bush. I think for sure, if I'd been into weed at that time, I would have loved it. I loved it anyway, but if I'd had weed, it would just enhance it to another level. Abracadabra, you want some candy? Actually, I was thinking about getting some heroin. Find China. No, that's cool. I just want some heroin. Yeah, that. Oh, yo, your titty. Now that's a titty. Matt Martino says Robin Williams, yo. Yeah, man. By the way, a little bit of cinema extra here. I'm sure that you guys would know this anyway, but that scene that Robin Williams is talking to Matt Damon when they're having their therapy discussions, and he talks about it's the little small things in life that makes a difference, like the little small things in a relationship that makes you love them more. And he was like, in my wife, when she sleeps, she farts. They have that Boston accent. I can't do it, but he's like, yeah, she farts and stuff, and she gets all embarrassed. But he's like, it was so funny. And he's like, one time she farted so loudly, she woke herself up. And he's like, it's the little small things that make a difference. That was all ad-libbed by Robin Williams. That was a fucking amazing line. And they just let Robin Williams roll with it, and they kept it in the movie. And it was really very sweet and poignant as well, I would say. It is the small things in life that matter. The small little tiny things that people hate about themselves, or they don't think is the perfect trait, is what makes it so good when you're in a relationship with someone that you love. And so I did like that Robin Williams line, but it was ad-libbed and it was really fucking cool. Halco says Robin Williams was so great. He was amazing. He was really fucking, he just had the ball of energy, awesome as fuck. Somebody said Damon ugly. LOL. I mean, Damon was all right. I mean, he's not. If I were a girl, I'd be like, yeah. If I saw him, I'd be like, yeah, it's all right. But yeah, he wasn't like the ugly. Megalomaniac says, I don't know what to talk about. Me neither, dude. I feel like everybody in the chat and me are just now discovering that we're long lost family members at an airport, and someone had gone on ancestry.com and their intention was to meet me, but I don't know what to do. I'm like, we just gonna stand and look at each other, and then a Tom Cruise song is gonna come on somewhere in the background, like in Jerry Maguire. It's gonna be awkward and weird and real.
I don't know what you just said, yo, but I liked it.
What I said was, fuck y'all. No,
hey.
We were talking about the I picked whatchamacallit, Half Baked. But I was just saying, like the Matt Damon one. Dude, I don't know why in the fuck I always want to say Finding Forrester when I think of the Matt. I don't know why.
It's because it was just like it. It was like it's the exact same movie, basically.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting. I was just saying that scene specifically where Robin Williams was doing his therapy sessions with Matt Damon, and they were talking about that when Robin Williams was talking about his wife farts and she woke herself up, and they were having that whole jokey laugh. That was all ad-libbed by Robin Williams.
Long live Robin Williams, man. He was fucking amazing. My pick's gonna be Half Baked too, dude. I'm gonna go Half Baked. My number 2 will be Good Will Hunting. Number 3 will be Fallen and Phantoms. Fallen, I don't remember that much of. I just remember it's one of those. It's like
John Goodman. John Goodman was Denzel's partner.
Well, it's just like what's the movie with Matthew McConaughey in it? Frailty. It's like Frailty. It's like one of those weird,
supernatural.
Like
well, they try to pass it off as actually that was listed in the horror movie section, but I always felt it was more of a thriller, action thriller.
Yeah. But it looks like the chat pretty much agrees with us. Half Baked wins at 45%. It's like abracadabra. Abracadabra.
He goes, no. He goes, you want some fine china? No, I really want to get some heroin.
He's like, he was eating that ice cream. He's like, 5 years for some weed? Damn.
It's like, yeah, 5 years for weed. Like you're selling it to other people.
But the crowd agrees 45% to Half Baked, 35% to Good Will Hunting, 14% to Fallen, and Phantoms at a lowly 6%. This crowd does not believe that Ben Affleck was going through,
and he had no money to go on that date, and they had that little video game thing, and he was like, "Thank you, my brother." He's like, "No, thank you," and he reached into the cup. It's like the motherfucker said ice cream. The motherfucker said ice cream.
And then Jim Brewer, he's like, hey man, I'm going to the grocery store. Y'all want? He's like, yeah, man, Funyuns and a pizza and water, a whole lot of water.
You remember when he was at the record store and he's like, "Hey, do you want to be my girlfriend?" And he's like, "I would, but I'm gay." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "What's that like?"
Dude, I haven't seen that. Do you remember the dude, the guy that was
John
selling
Stewart was in that too, and Janine Garofalo.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, red 20, red 20. But you remember the guy who's like, doctor said I got a bad back, gotta get back out of me.
Yeah, dude. That movie's so fucking. He goes, nasty Nate, no jungle of love, naughty jungle of love.
What was it? What was the thing where he goes, aha, aha?
Oh, he goes, sure smoke a lot.
Yeah. Aha. That thing was fucking, dude. That was great. It's one. I don't think it is actually as funny now when you watch it as it was then. But then, dude, God, it was so fucking funny.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, 100% with accuracy, better than the meteorology forecast that you follow. That movie would never be able to be made today.
Oh hell no,
fucking percent, 100
no
fucking
way.
percent.
No way in hell, dude. It'd be canceled.
Especially because Dave Chappelle is apparently being like fucking like out, like it could be canceled. So
yeah, and the funny thing about that movie, it was way before Dave Chappelle even had the Chappelle Show. He was just an actor.
No, it was just funny. It was funny as fuck. And by the way, I think the guy that played Scarface, I think he actually was Cuban. I'm Cuban, B. Like, I'm Cuban, B. It's like you and your Mexican friend. He's like, I'm Cuban, B.
Dude, I was literally at the post office today, and I was picking up shit, dropping some shit off, and some dude in there smelled like weed. And that movie popped in my head. I was like, God damn, somebody forgot to do their shirt laundry.
Yeah, dude.
Maui, wowie. Jason Dyer.
He's like, oh, you got a boner.
Oh,
Maui, wowie.
Custodian dick.
No, he's like, custodial arts if you want to be a dick about it. No, he's like, I'm a master of the custodial arts, or a janitor if you want to be a dick about it.
Or he goes in that bodega and he's like, can I get Don back? And the guy's like, I don't know. He's like, he pulls down his pants, like, hey, black ass. Hey.
Oh, he's like, yeah, it's a black ass right there. He's like, yeah. And then he has Willie Nelson. He was like, hey, you know how much a condom cost back in the day? He's like, no. He's like, hell, I don't know either. We didn't use them.
Jason
Dyer, I remember when a dime bag cost a dime, you know?
Jason Dyer, thanks for the sweet super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, I love to see Stu in the end credits where you just see a prisoner with his back towards the camera, talk about Scream 5, and you hear a guard say, hey, Stu, you have a call. He turns and smiles at the camera and with scars all over his face. Stu lives. I would take that. I would accept that. As
look, if we see Stu in the end credits after everything goes, you know, the screen goes black and you get this little extra credit scene, Stu's gonna turn around because he's gonna be brain damaged from the fucking injury that occurred, and he's gonna look like that kid from Dennis the Menace going, Appa. With a fucking wonder eye, Appa. Hey, you know what? But the fantasies can be put to rest. He's alive, but he's brain damaged as fuck. He's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, I would love to see it, man. Robert Goodwin says, my favorite Robin Williams movie is The Birdcage. Have you seen the comedy Surf Ninjas?
Birdcage is really good.
I don't remember the Birdcage. I know the movie, but I didn't watch it much. But I did love fucking Surf Ninjas. We both fucking did. That was a classic, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Someone sent us that DVD. We got to do a commentary on the Patreon at some fucking point. Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, if you guys are watching this right now, 261 people in here. We have Patreon with over almost 70 movie commentaries on it and tons of shit. So check it out, patreon.com/WeWatchTheMovie. But gotta shout it out.
Let's get on to the next year. Let's get in our time machine, and where we're going, we don't need roads.
Don't need roads.
Let's get in there.
All right, where are we now? That was 1991
gigawatts.
That was 98. We already did 99. Varsity Blues 1. So now we are in 2000 sucks. 2001 sucks. We are on to 2002. We're going to go all the way through to 2010. We're in 2002 right now. I'm going to pop this in there real quick, speedily. 2002. All the movies that came out in January of 2002 include a great one, In a Beautiful Mind. Watched this the other night. Fucking classic, dude. Orange County, another fucking classic. Hard to beat Orange County.
I got ideas. You better not.
Ideas, man.
Your name's Joe John? Yeah, it's Joe John.
This might be the best one on the whole list, dude. We got Black Hawk Down. That was a badass movie. Really and The Mothman Prophecies.
Oh, chapstick.
Chapstick.
That's a really good one too. Fuck, dude.
By the way, if you guys are fans of Pretty Much It, we did a whole commentary for Mothman Prophecies with Eric on that. And that was a great time. Dude, this is tough. Beautiful Mind, Orange County, Black Hawk Down, Mothman Prophecies, which I misspelled. What do you take there?
Well, going in, like, okay, so we already know about how the movies are, right? So we're going in knowing how the movies end and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with A Beautiful Mind. I think it's one of the Russell Crowe's less celebrated movies, but the way that he portrayed John Nash in that, and not to mention the fact that
The great
how he did
John Nash.
I also portrayed the mental struggles of that guy, and he did it so accurately and so well. And the guy won Nobel Peace Prize in 1994. I mean, it made me want to look the motherfucker up and find out what he saw and all that stuff.
The game is flawed.
Yeah, dude, it's got to be A Beautiful Mind for me. It's got to be just because he was so great in it. I was going to say Russell Crowe. Kurt Russell was so.
No, it was Russell Crowe.
I know. No, he was so great in it. Like
Russell Crowe or Kurt Russell kind of. Damn,
well,
Russell Crowe.
The thing is
blowing my mind right now. They're so.
Well, they made him so sympathetic, and the fact that they did it so well. Ron Howard shot that movie so incredibly well that you didn't know he was fucking sick. You didn't know that Paul Bettany was a figment of his imagination. You really thought that he had. Where were you, Charles? You thought he's like Charles, the prodigal roommate returns. You thought that was actually his roommate, and they did it so well in the way they shot it in the perspective that the audience was like, "Oh shit! I hope that John Nash is correct and he's seeing all this stuff." And Ed O'Neill. All that shit's real. That they hired him out of college and he was really working for a special secret service part of the military. And then you find out none of it was real. But it was so fucking heartbreaking and so heartwarming because you see that he does overcome it. Yeah, and his wife never left him and she didn't fucking cheat on him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
That shit
Jennifer Connelly did not cheat on him.
The shit with the kid in the bathtub at the end, and you're like, "Oh fuck, he better not, dude. He better not." Oh my fucking god, like that was intense. And
well, Charles is watching her. He's like, "What?"
Oh my I like the scene in the bar too, when he was like, "No," he's like, "If we all go after the blonde, we all lose." Like, you know what I mean? And he did that whole thing. I love A Beautiful Mind, dude.
That was kind of freaky too, because when he was asking, well, it was sad, but. And Jennifer Connelly is the type of person you want in a relationship, no matter if you're a man or a girl. You want that kind of person. When she's like, "Would you ever hurt me, John?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he's like sitting there, like rubbing his hands. And then you hear the car being packed up and the kids move. She put the kids in the car and then she comes back. She's like, "We're going to get through this together." I'm like, that's the kind of relationship that you kind of fucking want to seek, bitch. Bill, that's what you should be encouraging. I like that a lot.
All that being said, as much as I love A Beautiful Mind, man, and Black Hawk Down, I need to rewatch Black Hawk Down. It's been a while. Mothman Prophecies, underrated classic. Will Patton, Richard Gere, great movie. That's underrated as hell. Creepy as fuck, scary as fuck. If you really take a look at it, even though it just seems like a run of the mill thriller. But my pick is going to be Orange County, dude. That is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. That John Lithgow is like, "I will literally eat your face."
Yeah.
So good, dude. That is so good. And then Jack Black is like, "Let me go some of your piss."
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. You know what I feel like it was? It was so good, and I did like it a lot. I do like that movie. But there was something about it that I felt like the movie itself was so weird because it didn't know if it wanted to be like a drama, like coming of age kind of story with comedy, or if it wanted to just be a pure parody comedy with a little bit of drama. Because they would like fluctuate. So, by the way, I think that was directed by Harold Ramis, which he appears in it, which is great. It was awesome.
Yeah. I think it may have been.
Yeah. And then, but you also look at dude, you got to go back and watch Black Hawk Down. Eric Bana is a badass in that, dude. Like, he's the fucking, he's the sniper guy, like that hangs out in the fringes. He's like, it's all death, man. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, come on, get you some biscuits and eat some chicken fingers, because this might be the last meal you ever have. You got to get back out there and kill the enemy.
I do remember. I saw that with my dad, and I just for some reason it always lives. I really need to rewatch Black Hawk Down, but yeah. What about where's Bob? He's like, "You said shoo it." I remember that. That Orange County moment literally happened. Yeah, Colin Hanks was great in that movie, but
Mhm.
that moment literally happened to me in my life, dude. Like literally, they gave me work co-op and they let me leave my senior year a half day early every day
You
to go
piece of
work.
shit. I know I got in trouble for that because I went with you. I got
Yeah, we used to
ISAP for
put you in the
life.
trunk.
Still have to go to ISAP now.
But they're like, no, you totally have enough credits to work co-op. So I'd go to school for half a day and then work to make money for half a day. And then at the end of the year, they're like, no, you can't graduate. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, you got to go to summer school. And I was like, what? You told me I could. It was the exact same scene. But
Luckily
I
for me, I
love that movie.
transferred from a Christian school and they counted my Bible credits enough for me to get the graduation diploma.
Yeah.
Thank God for Jesus. Because if I hadn't
Jesus,
had those,
what?
I'd been fucked.
But it looks like you guys disagree with both of us. Black Hawk Down wins convincingly, 42%. Number 2, Orange County at 21%. Number 3 is a tie between Mothman Prophecies and A Beautiful Mind. That was the best vote of the night, I feel like, man. Those are
I do
4
like,
great movies.
and the fact is, I can't disagree with you guys about a Mothman Prophecy. It really is good.
Yeah. It's a great fucking movie, dude.
It's one of those movies like you watch it. Like I remember renting it on a whim. No, actually, I didn't even rent it. I remember going to visit my real dad when I was like 16 or 17, and he had rented it, and I watched it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, huh? It was like falling into a Reddit hole before there was Reddit. Like it was so weird. Like and then I was trying to look up anything and everything about the Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It's a great movie and well acted too.
I saw that at a drive-in in the middle of the night, and it scared the bejesus out of me, man. Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. He said, if someone took the anthology idea and made a new Halloween horror anthology series separate from Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise, would you be okay with that? To you, I say, Sir Anthony, though I love you, my answer is no. No, 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 no.
What did you say? What
Because
was the question again?
he said if someone took the anthology idea and made a new Halloween horror anthology series separate from Michael and the Halloween franchise, would you be okay with that? No,
Hell
dude,
no.
because
Why
that's
do you
what's
put a
different.
fucking burning iron in my butthole?
What's the difference between doing that? And I say this every time. What's the difference between a Halloween anthology and any other anthology? It's just it's a horror anthology. If it's not got to do with Michael Myers, just make
Yeah,
another horror anthology and then make a Michael Myers movie. Like, what's the point?
I
You know?
agree. And I also feel like they
I
tried
moved to
that.
strike.
Yeah, I'm gonna strike your butt
I'm gonna change my battery.
slightly, and then I'll finger it. But what I'm saying is, like, they already tried that though, man. If you look at, I mean, that was John Carpenter's idea when he did Season of the Witch. He figured that doing Halloween just focusing on Michael would be a waste of time. So they introduced Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, using the same title, but the sub story would be not Michael Myers at all. It would be a different story. So it didn't work then. And I know that Season of the Witch has gotten some love after the fact, but the fact is, when it came out, everybody felt cheated. They felt like they were lured in to go see a movie that they thought was based on the ending of Halloween 2 that included Michael Myers, and you didn't get that. So I don't feel like it's a good idea to do that. I really don't. I feel like if you're going to do a Halloween anthology, revolving around the world of Michael Myers, you need to do a Dr. Loomis Files, or you need to do something to focus on that, at least in some relative way, focuses around Michael Myers. If you don't do that, I feel like it's a lost cause. And not against John Carpenter. John Carpenter had a good idea, and he didn't even know when Halloween 1 came out and then Halloween 2 came out. He didn't understand the significance of that character and how many people would grow to love and fall in love with that lore of Michael Myers. He just felt it was going to be one, like a flash in the pan kind of character, and then he could use the Halloween title and put all different stories like a creep show kind of thing, and it fell flat on its face. By the way, I gotta say,
if it was ever gonna, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
I was just saying, if that was ever going to work, it would have to start with Halloween 2. Once you do 2 Michael Myers movies, then it's not an anthology; it's a Michael Myers franchise. You know what I mean? If they started with 2, I think people would have been more accepting to it. But
yeah, well, I feel like and again, you got to look at like people like Wes Craven and John Carpenter. They make characters, right? Toby Hooper, like Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, and Michael Myers. They don't expect these characters to be like as emboldened and ingested into people's minds forever as like the face of those franchises. They made a story. Like Wes Craven's one of those guys. He was like, not, Freddy Krueger was a one-time deal. It was a one-time hit, and that was it. And that's all he wanted to do. And I'm sure John Carpenter felt the same way. It was like, it was the babysitter killer, and that was going to be it. But unfortunately for them, I mean, fortunately for us, that lore expanded and it grew beyond what their scope was going to be. And now you can't really do an anthology with just Halloween. I mean, you can't. I mean, because every time you put Halloween on the screen and they know it's Halloween based on the John Carpenter universe, they're going to expect Michael, or they're going to expect Loomis, or they're going to expect something within that universe. You can't do it. It's like saying, well, let's make a Gotham City movie, and they did the Gordon thing, right? And they explored the villains inside Gotham City, but it's still they had to bring Batman in at the end.
Yeah. I totally agree, dude. TYIE, thank you, buddy. He says Pumpkinhead versus Jeepers Creepers fight to death. Who wins? I think damn, that's a good question, actually. Pumpkinhead versus Jeepers Creepers.
I think that Jeepers Creepers guy wins. I love Pumpkinhead, but Pumpkinhead is limited to the fact that he is a human host. If Jeepers Creepers gets a smell of the guy that's hosting him and eats his balls, Pumpkinhead's dead.
The creeper has weapons
and he can fly.
He has flight. Yeah, what? He has
God damn.
Shut the fuck up.
I was gonna say that, but she's been sick and I didn't want to be mean.
Oh shit, she got
not
she
like
got
Omicron, but she's got
chills,
like
right?
sinus issues.
Some allergies?
But by the way, PS,
stay away from
fuck up. Anyway, I said PS though.
PS, I love you. PS, shut the fuck up. Katie Long. We love you, Katie Long. You're fucking amazing. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. She says, guys, I'm tripping balls right now. I just wanted to say that even though I'm not a Patreon anymore, I still love you and your videos still make my day. Love your fucking faces. Hey,
we love you,
don't
Katie.
have to be a Patreon. We appreciate you for the time that you were a Patreon. We appreciate you just for watching. We appreciate your super chat tonight. We appreciate your viewership tonight. Katie, I hope that you're having a good trip. Look at me. Look at me. You're going to have a great fucking trip. All right.
You fucking freak me out, dude, when you do that. Like, you look like the guy that's like putting me into VR and Total Recall.
No, it's all great, beautiful, wonderful things.
Quaid.
I did mushrooms twice in my life. They were both good trips. And then I said,
you know,
I'm done with psychedelics.
Katie
because
is fucking
I don't
brave.
want that one.
She's like Sigourney Weaver on the ship of Alien. She's going on YouTube and watching a live stream of two assholes that aren't funny on a fucking high. I would never do that. That's like Sigourney Weaver taking on the alien.
We have a job now. Now we have a purpose, Jay. We have got to keep this live stream positive so that Katie has a good trip. All right. I
feel like we've been being positive the entire time.
We have been. No, you're right. No, we're just gonna keep that same energy, Katie. You have a great trip.
Stripe fucking attitude going.
Hell
raw,
man.
Bitch. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. In that vein, in that
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy's nuts. Buffy's nuts. Okay, so what year are we on now? We are on 2003. This is a weird one, kind of shitty, but it's a perfect embodiment of the 2000s with movies. Sort of shitty, but sort of good at the same time. We have Just Married with Ashton Kutcher. That was a pretty funny movie.
That was funny.
I
remember it being funny, but flash in the pan though.
Yeah, exactly. Final Destination 2 with the logs.
Oh, I do like that. I do like that one though.
Final Destination 2 had some moments. Darkness Falls. Darkness Falls, a PG.
I feel strength from my loins. I do.
And then finally, I know this is going to get shit all over. I'm going to put the thing up right now. The Recruit with Al Pacino and Colin Farrell, which is my winner. I think The Recruit is the best.
So good.
Of all these movies, dude. If you guys have never seen The Recruit, it's so Colin Farrell. He is training to become a CIA agent. Al Pacino recruits him. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like Star Trek.
Don't give it away though, because there might be people that never seen. Yeah.
No, right. But you remember in the if you guys who haven't seen The Recruit, you've seen the redo of Star Trek when the dude recruits Chris Pine to follow in his dad's footsteps, and he's like, I don't want to be a part of that.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was like. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. That's Al Pacino recruiting Colin Farrell to be the CIA agent, and then Ashley Judd's in it, and Colin Farrell has to hit on her, and he drives this weird little red truck. It's such a good goddamn movie. It's my pick.
Ashley Judd was in that movie?
That was Ashley Judd, right? She was the chick.
No way.
No, that was that. I'm gonna Google it.
No, I'm telling you, it's not Ashley Judd.
Let me look it up. I'm telling you, it is The Recruit. You bet your lunch money on it?
Yeah, 50 cents.
Give me a slice of pizza. It was. Oh fuck! You got me. It's Bridget Moynihan.
I expect it in the mail, bitch.
Shit. Fuck.
the recruit was really good.
I'll buy
and
you ranch and fries.
I appreciate that. But like, there's one part where he gets captured and he's being interrogated and he won't break. And then there's a scene where the bad guys are like, she pissed herself, and he throws the jeans at her. And then, dude, that was so well acted. The whole fucking movie is so well acted and so good. Now, I will say the ending kind of gets like, oh shit, okay, all right, I get it, all right. You kind of figure it out. Like, I would say you figure it out like an hour and 10 minutes into the movie. But it's still a good movie.
Kind of like Phone Booth with Colin Farrell. It's like that kind of thriller.
But you didn't figure out Phone Booth though. Phone Booth was like fucking. It kept in shadows.
Phone Booth's a little better, but it was still good.
Yeah, it was still awesome. I gotta pick. What was the okay? Beyond
Just Married, Final Destination 2, Darkness Falls, and The Recruit.
Okay, you know what? I know this is going to be unpopular, and I don't care. Like my wiener, it's unpopular, and that's fine. I'm gonna go with Darkness Falls. I enjoy the movie for what it is. I know it's a cheap ass thrillish, you know, it's a Hollywood Universal Studios ride. It's not meant to be like super scary. It's not meant to be like scorched into the minds of cinema goers. It's a really fun, easy ride to watch. It's a thriller action horror movie. I mean, I think it's the definition of action horror. I enjoy the fuck out of that movie, dude. And I feel like the creature design was, you know, there's something to be desired on there. And the acting isn't all the way around good, but I had a good fucking time watching the movie. I felt like I was watching something like, I don't know, Stallone meets a horror movie. Like like there's guns, there's explosions, there's a fucking creepy ass herky jerky woman flying through the air that's a ghost. I don't know. I liked it a lot. So it'd be Darkness Falls to me, and Final Destination 2, 100% behind it. And then from there, you're gonna go with
The Recruit or Just Married.
The Recruit, and then Just Married.
Like, I like Just Married a lot. I actually enjoy that as a movie. I'm probably gonna watch it soon because it's been a while. One of the good Ashton Kutcher rom-coms. That was the one with Brittany Murphy in it, I think.
Yeah, Brittany Murphy. Yeah,
not a bad movie at all, except for the fact that he's a Bears fan. But I don't like Darkness Falls. Like, we watch. It's a fun movie. Liked it. Yeah, it's a fun movie to watch with kids because it's PG. But to me, it's like a good horror movie. It's like a James Wan horror movie with all the scary parts taken out of it.
Scary. Yeah.
I can't get into it. But
maybe that's why I like it, because I didn't get fucking scared. I was like, I can watch this bitch. If you shine a flashlight on her face, she gets scared.
Final Destination 2 to me is just the shitty version of Final Destination. It's just like a ramped up, but it doesn't have Devon Sawa. It doesn't have the same thing.
That was weird.
It's got some good moments in it. Like it's got some good kills in it. It's
the highway scene is like 100%.
Yeah, who doesn't think about that movie when you get behind a bunch of logs on the interstate? But for me, it would go with The Recruit, Final Destination, or it would probably actually go The Recruit, Just Married, Final Destination 2, Darkness Falls. But the crowd says Final Destination 2 is the best movie on this list, you pieces of fucking asshole. A lot of people
like a Darkness Falls too. I'm sorry, Final Destination 2.
But Final Destination 2 wins handily on that one. And then I clicked off of it, so I can't tell you guys what the other ones were. But it's pretty much the same thing.
That movie, though, when Final Destination 2 came out, was anybody else surprised that Devon Sawa was not in it? Because I remember, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, well, at the end of the first one, the sign falls, right? No, the sign falls at the end.
It falls on that, like, the good-looking. Remember, he pushes the girl out of the way, and he takes the place. But then I was like, you know what happened was Devon Sawa said, "Fuck y'all, I got Twister 2 to film." And then it didn't
Night of the Twisters,
Night of the Twister, yeah,
which is a fucking classic, by the way. Put some respect on Night of the Twister's name, you sons of bitches.
I gotta
across
go pee,
the world.
though, really bad.
All right, go pee. I'll start the next one. Then when you come back, just give me your picks. He didn't hear me say that, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, so our next option because we got to get this train moving a little bit long because we got a lot to go through. We are in the year of 1999, another good fucking year, you guys. 1999 was a good fucking year, and this is a pretty good vote. We got number 1, Brokeback Mountain. We got Brokeback Mountain. Then we got Hostel, which was a fucking a lot of people used to talk about Hostel when it came out. We'll talk about that in a second. Underworld Evolution. I got some thoughts on that in a second. I can't spell. And then finally, the last pick is Grandma's Boy, which I guarantee you guys, mark my fucking words, when Jay gets back, Grandma's Boy will be his pick. He loves that fucking movie. So this is 1999. I just put it up to you guys to vote. and let's talk about it because, all right, my choice here is going to be Brokeback Mountain, Hostel, Underworld Evolution, Grandma's Boy. Maybe Grandma's Boy is the choice. I don't know. I do like Brokeback Mountain is a good movie. I'm gonna go Hostel. I'm gonna go Hostel just because I know Jay's gonna go Grandma's Boy, because that's one of his favorite comedies, and it is fucking funny. The Gray Bush. Please sit on my face. It's got some great moments in it. But Hostel is just a movie of memories for me because I remember being at work. Right, I worked in some shitty call center at the time, and I remember people talking like, "Oh my god, have you heard about this movie Hostel that's going to come out?" Do you guys remember this? Do you remember the fucking hype that was around Hostel? People were talking about this movie for weeks before it came out, and they were like, "Dude, Hostel's going to be fucking crazy." I hear it's like NC-17. I hear it's like one of the scariest movies. It's The Exorcist. It's all this. And did it end up being disappointed according to the hype? Yes, but it's kind of like Blair Witch Project. Like the hype was part of the fun in a weird way. Hostel wasn't nearly as scary or as gory as they promised it would be, but I'll never forget like looking at the website for that, trying to find out stuff about it. I was super interested in that movie because people were like, this movie's going to fucking make you puke. It's going to be crazy. So I just have good memories around Hostel. Like, and nobody could, that was one of the great Achilles slices of our history of America. And I love the ending of that movie when he finds that dude in the bathroom and slits his throat. I thought that was a great ending. I think it's Eli Roth's best movie. Hostel for the memories, Hostel for the hype, Hostel for being grody as fuck and just being nasty and weird. Took a while to get going and was ultimately a little disappointing. But Hostel, I think Hostel was a monumentous. It was a monumentous. It was a monumentous. Fuck, what word am I looking for? It was a big deal at the time. Hostel's going to be my number one just for the hype. Number two is going to be Grandma's Boy just because it was funny and they don't make raunchy, funny, offensive comedies anymore. And that sucks. So you got to give some love to Grandma's Boy. And Brokeback Mountain's number three, but no disrespect because Brokeback Mountain's a good fucking movie, you know? Ang Lee, you know, them cowboys are wrestling around that tent, just putting their wieners in each other. And, you know, like they like, we asked a lot of questions when that happened. Like, how does that work? Who decides? Who decides who's the one that puts it in? And then like they wrestled in a tent after eating some beans. And like, it was like, oh, damn, that's how that goes down sometimes. That's how the cowboys do it. And like, you know, it's entertaining. And then when they get in that fight and like you get into their relationship, you're like, fuck Jake. Like he has his own life, but then you're like, damn, I get it, Jake. Like Jake can't quit Heath. And he's just lying to himself. He's bending his girlfriend over, you know, like he's just thinking of Jake. And like, damn, Heath, like we know you love Jake. Just go back to the mountain and get you some fucking Jake in the tent. Nobody has to fucking know. You know, I was into their fucking relationship. You know, I felt bad for Jake Gyllenhaal. Just a cowboy standing around waiting. This dude's lying to himself. But Heath did beat the fuck out of those dudes at that fair, though. They were cursing. Remember that? That dude's like, fuck this, fuck that. He's like, hey, y'all watch your goddamn language. Like, hey, fuck you, cowboy. And then he beat the fuck out of them. I mean, he kicked that dude's teeth out. Just because dude likes the company of another man doesn't mean he won't fuck you up. And that's the lesson that he taught to the world that fucking day. And I appreciate that. But yeah, Brokeback Mountain's a good goddamn movie, man. It's a good goddamn movie. Deep last. Number 4 was Underworld Evolution. And you know, I got a box set for Underworld. I think I unboxed it on Instagram. And I was like, hey, I never watched these movies. Let me get into these fucking movies. I got halfway through the first goddamn Underworld, and I had to go on the internet and be like, hey, does the rest of these movies get fucking better? And everybody's like, no. First one's the best one. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. This is fucking garbage juice. I know some of y'all like Underworld, but that was some of the fucking, it was like if the Matrix had hot diarrhea. It was just hot Matrix diarrhea, but like painful diarrhea. Like, I'm never eating at that Mexican restaurant again. Had to take a shit in a Subway bathroom, diarrhea. There's nothing apart from Kate Beckinsale in a leather suit that is worthwhile for the Underworld franchise to still exist. Ban those movies from children's high schools or something. I don't know. Those movies fucking blow to me. I hate them. You know what I mean, Jay?
Dude, I'm just gonna say, like when I walked in with your cardigan sweater, and I know that you
This
were
is
on
a
a
nice
rant
sweater.
about
I
something.
got this
I
at
know I do
Goodwill.
like it a lot. I want it, but I mean,
This is
I'm
Goodwill.
just gonna say the initial like observation that I had, that I walked into a TED talk like late, and that you were already saying ban it from the schools. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
what?
That was the energy I was
What are
trying to
you
bring.
saying? Ban weapons
Hey,
or the children?
ban the books. Burn.
Ban the children from the schools.
There is no Saturn.
That doesn't
Saturn
make
does
sense.
not exist.
This is the craziest talk I've ever been to. This motherfucker is like revolutionary. He's talking about ban the children.
Ban the children from the schools.
Yeah, ban the children. They don't learn shit.
All right. Hey, I made a bet earlier. Like, so, all right. The 1999 was this, though. It was Brokeback Mountain, Hostel, Underworld Evolution, or Grandma's Boy. What's
Grandma's
your
Boy.
choice? I fucking told you guys, didn't I? I know my boyfriend.
I know.
I know my boyfriend.
We've been
I
lovers
knew
for a
he'd pick
long
that.
time. Holy shit, it is July. I'm sorry. Did I break smoking lamp? Grandma's Boy, without a doubt, dude. I love that goddamn movie. I've watched Just Another Day, Just Another Day. Because, dude, how many people did you tell about me and your mom? I don't know, like 14? He's like, was that wrong? He's like, yeah, I'm sure your mom would really appreciate that. I'm sorry. Who wants a piece of the gray bush?
So, I always think of the please sit on my face. Dude. But what? Okay, what's your number two? Brokeback Mountain, Hostel, Underworld Evolution, Grandma's Boy.
I'm gonna go a little crazy here. Grandma's Boy is my number one, no doubt. But out of the other three that are remaining, I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna go with a little Ang Lee homosexual love in the mountaintops.
That's a good
Brokeback Mountain. Look, and it has nothing to do. Fine. I mean, yes, they're gay and they like to fuck each other in the butt, and Jake Gyllenhaal takes it.
To me, that's a plus.
That's fine, because Jake Gyllenhaal looked like he would take it in the butt. I think it's a great cowboy story.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a great movie.
Put that in Yellowstone. Kevin Costner
I don't
should
ever
fuck
want to
Rip in the butt.
In Yellowstone, dude. I swear to God, if Walker was taking up the ass from Rip the entire time,
Kevin Costner will go.
Yeah, it was like all this animosity in the show only resulted because they were fucking each other in the butthole. It would make no sense. But honest to God, Brokeback Mountain is a extraordinary piece of film. And you know, and by the way, it came out in a time there was no narrative that was being pushed. There was no like bullshit that was happening as far as like we got to put this amount of representation in our films. It was just a great fucking movie. It was a great goddamn story. Yeah. I do. I mean, honest to God, Brokeback Mountain
it was
really
natural,
good,
right?
Movie.
It was a fucking good story. Yeah. You know?
Well, and it doesn't just because everybody was focused on the butt fuckery that happens between Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal, but it goes beyond that. Like there's a lot of inter-family dynamics. There's a lot of situations that they have to lie about, and all Jake Gyllenhaal wants to say is like, I like taking the butt by my boyfriend. I do, and I fake fishing to take it in the butt.
I'm supposed to be
a hetero,
ranching,
and instead I like the dick sucking.
They go to the guy who gives them work, and he's like, I know what y'all been doing up in the mountains.
You know, I was able to watch that movie objectively because I was like, you know, like Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal are awesome actors, and you can watch that movie objectively and be like, this is a really good movie. It really was. It was a really well done movie, and I don't think they were trying to go for like praise points on Twitter
because I mean, Twitter, story, man.
Yeah, there was never like back then there was no fucking points to be had.
Back then they were taking a chance, right? Like
I mean, it was a good story. It was a Western cowboy story with a twist, and again, they weren't looking for digital backpats because that shit wasn't even really around back then to do that. So. I got to be honest. Brokeback Mountain is a great goddamn film.
Hostel or Underworld Evolution?
Hostel, and then Underworld Evolution. Underworld Evolution fucking started sucking really bad. Hostel was good for what it was. People say, I know there were some arguments back in the day when I still had Facebook when people were like, it's not gore what is it called? A gore focused movie. I don't remember the exact specific terminology that they were trying to put Hostel in, more like it was a blood gore like type of movie. I don't know. It was a decent story. I mean, I get what they were going for, but it was all right. And then obviously, yeah.
The crowd votes go Hostel at 37%, Grandma's Boy 34%, Brokeback Mountain at 16%, and Underworld Evolution at 13%. Mine was Hostel, Brokeback Mountain, Grandma's Boy, Underworld. I think that's what I said. But I share your sentiments on both. Brokeback Mountain, it was a good love story. Who cares if it's between a man and a man or woman and a woman? It's a good damn movie, man. And then
I can't quit you.
I can't.
Hey, by the way, because we do have shots of wheatgrass. That's cool if we want to be sober and vomit. He goes, all right, whatever, guy blow. It's Shiloh, stupid fucking red-shirted ass. That was David Spade talking about that. And he was like, hey guys, it goes, hey, do you guys have bathrooms? Do we need to take a dump in a plant?
That was a great fucking scene, dude. And then Anthony Stam says, would you rather have Zack Snyder directed Tarantino, or excuse me, alcohol? Would you rather have a Zack Snyder directed Terminator movie or a Quentin Tarantino directed Star Wars movie? I'm gonna go Zack Snyder Terminator because I just am done with fucking Star Wars personally.
Honest to God, Snyder Terminator combo would be very intriguing. Much like the Whopperito that Burger King introduced. I did like the Whopperito. A good idea. I liked it a lot. But at the same time, Tarantino coming into a Star Wars movie, because he would be focused on dialogue and actually creating a story and not ruining characters, and wants to explore those backgrounds more than Rian Johnson saying that Luke Skywalker's a dirty ass bum that sucks on blue milk. I would go with Tarantino on Star Wars. I would love to see what he would do with it.
Yeah,
because the fact is, like, it would be dialogue fucking heavy, so it would explore a lot of the what people like, their viewpoints and shit. Like, I feel like Tarantino on Star Wars would be amazing.
TYIE asked, what would you think about Batman vs. Saw movie that's rated R? Dude, if they made that movie, I would be all about it. There's zero chance in the history of the world they ever did, but Batman versus Jigsaw, that's a good fucking idea, actually.
First off, 100%, thank you for coming up to the front of the class and presenting your ideas, because you're getting a gold star for today. Jigsaw is literally a Batman villain lifted out of the comic books and put into his own movie. Yes, dude. You imagine Jigsaw in the litany of the legendary villains that Batman already fights. He's perfect fit. Perfect.
Yeah. By the way, apparently I'm going through the chat now. I fucked up again, and I made that last vote 99. That last vote was not 99. Okay, that last vote was actually. Is this? Why does Microsoft Word lay out things in this way? That last vote was 2006. 2006. Okay, so. But
I'm tired of these goddamn computers in my house.
But it wasn't 1999. I put 99. It's 2006, but the movies were correct. So fuck you. Have a nice day. Why don't you take me out shopping at Dollar General and then buy me some fucking popsicles and some Pedialyte? Okay.
Take me to your best friend's house. Take me to your best friend. I know it's not singing. I know. Tennessee.
Okay, all right, we only got 3 or 4 votes left. Okay, so let's get into it, because
let's go ahead and do that before we fucking get drunk and start saying stupid shit like we've not already been doing.
2007. Okay, Children of Men, Clive Owen, great fucking movie.
I love
great
Children
sci-fi
of Men.
Film.
Not
He's a joke, guys. Want to make love to a schoolboy.
I'm not Jarrett from Subway, you assholes.
Children of Men, the Hitcher remake, good movie. That's your Sean Bean right there. Yeah. Pan's Labyrinth. I can't spell that. I'm just gonna pretend. Yeah. And then finally, Smoking Aces. Fucking badass, underrated, amazing movie. Smoking Aces. That's your 4 picks for this. What?
I feel like I just fell into an art museum and I'm covered with paint and I don't really know what to choose, because I mean I'm not really excited about any of these choices.
Oh, I am.
Smoking Aces is like really high up there, because it's weird for me. Smoking Aces was one of those movies that I dismissed back when I first saw it, and then going back and watching it again. Oh,
Dirk said, "What did I miss in under 1999 films? I fucked up, Dirk. Sorry."
man, you're not going to live that down. I can't wait for you to get on Twitter.
You got him the easy ones.
Hey, you're going to come across as Jon Stewart accusing J.K. Rowling of being anti-Semitic with her goblins.
Oh, he literally came out.
Did you see that? Yeah,
he
came back.
Saw, and Jon Stewart was like, "I didn't fucking say that."
Yeah, I watched the video that he posted. He was like, "Eat my ass," Newsweek. He was like, anybody else that would have. Okay, so the whole so just for prefix, Jon Stewart was accused by Newsweek of saying that J.K. Rowling's portrayal of the goblins in Harry Potter was anti-Semitic. What he actually said was that in response, he did a video. He said he was fucking around. He was fucking around with some friends and they were on a podcast and he was just joking about the Harry Potter films and the movies. And he even actually says, I love Harry Potter more than a gentleman of my age should love it. And he said, J.K. Rowling is not anti-Semitic, any of that stuff. Newsweek took one fucking thing that he was having a laugh and gaff with his friends and made it about he was accusing J.K. Rowling of anti-Semitism.
Yeah,
it was fucking it's so stupid, dude. Like, and that's what he said. He's like, hey, Newsweek, look at my fucking face. You used to be the magazine that I would go to in the airports when Time was sold out. And now you're a piece of shit. Eat my ass.
Jason Dyer says Mike's haircut rules. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Dark Continent. Good night. Today? I did. Thank you for noticing. All right. You're a little late, but I appreciate it.
I don't know.
A little late. I told her just to go with the 2. I usually go with a 1.5, try to make a statement. I try to go a little bit lighter. I was like, I'll see you in 2 fucking weeks because my shit.
I was like, can I go with the Dracula widow cut?
This part's bald. This part's still growing.
But yeah, looks like Count Chocula.
Jason Dyer said the best part of the night was seeing Mike's super fleek haircut. Ben Tramer's going to be in Halloween Ends as a revengeful father. Jay, what up? Hey, I can see Ben Tramer showing the fuck up. Why not? And what up, Jay?
What up, man? You want me to be Ben Tramer? You talking about I got to get hit by a car, motherfucker?
King likes your fucking haircut. All right, the vote though. The vote. Thank you, man.
All right, yeah,
the vote.
Let's get on that vote.
Children of Men, Jay, the Hitcher remake, Sean Bean style, hot lovin', give it to me. Pan's Labyrinth or Smoking fucking Aces. What do you got?
All right, I got Smoking Aces, Pan's Labyrinth. Children of Men is last. What was the other one?
The Hitcher.
I think that Children of Men is a good movie. It actually is a really interesting movie. It's got Clive Owen. By the way, Clive Owen is a fucking master of like Clive Owen actually would be a good Punisher, to be honest. Like nobody ever mentions his name.
He would be, dude. Yeah.
He'd be really good. Punisher.
I said yeah. He would be good, dude.
I like his dick a lot. Yeah, Clive Owen is amazing in that movie. And that movie's story is really good. But the problem with that movie, Children of Men, is that it takes so long to get going that it kind of bores you out of the plot. I remember I actually bought that movie when it came out because I thought the premise was really good and I liked Clive Owen a lot, but it was kind of one of those movies that kind of lulls you in and it takes like an hour and a half for you to even get anywhere with it.
It's a little slow.
Yeah, Smoking Aces though. Smoking Aces, the reason why it's number 1 for me is I used to not even give a shit about that movie. Like I felt like it was one of those movies it was one of those movies that you watch. It had a lot of actors in it, a lot of stars in it. But it was like they just made it as a jokey kind of thing. And then when I actually sat down and watched it and had, paid attention to it, it's one of the better movies out there. And the ending is, is some of the best shits I've ever seen. Ryan Reynolds sitting in that room and that music comes on. God damn. Can I have a cigar? Because I just came.
Dude, that was, for me, I was always, and Jay, you're the only person who can attest to this, but back in the Van Wilder days, back when everybody thought Ryan Reynolds was a fucking just pretty boy actor and he had no fucking talent whatsoever, I was always like, Ryan Reynolds is one of the best fucking actors working out there.
I remember you liking Smoking Aces a lot.
Yeah, dude, Smoking Aces came out and I was screaming it from the heavens, man. That performance by him, I watched that as a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. And I was like, this guy's that was like he nailed this emotional performance. Smoking Aces is one of the most underrated fucking movies really ever for me. It's definitely number 1 on this list for me. If you guys haven't seen it, I want to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch it. It's been like 2 years since I've seen it.
Dude, that ending with Reynolds and that music that comes on.
Yeah.
You know what?
And Ray
I felt like it
Liotta.
was so it was almost like that Dave Chappelle like meme like gotcha bitch. It was almost like that because the only other thing that I can find that makes me feel the same bonerific is the ending of Lord of War when he's like, there's gonna be somebody that walks through that door and tells you that you did a great job and I'm gonna leave. It's the
Yeah.
same kind of shit.
Yeah, and so people saying Shoot 'Em Up was epic. Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen was fucking dope as shit. That was a great movie too. But no, for me, this one's gonna be Smoking Aces. And y'all, please, if you haven't seen Smoking Aces, watch
So
it. It's
good.
got fucking Ben Affleck, fucking Chris Pine. It's got
Everybody's in
tons of
that.
yeah, it's got tons of people in there. But it's gonna be Smoking Aces. Number 2 for me is gonna be Children of Men. Number 3 is gonna be The Hitcher. And number 4, I think Pam's Lapper sucks dick. So fight me. I hate those movies. I hate
First off,
those fucking
because you
movies.
don't understand Spanish.
Guillermo del Toro is one of the most
You don't
underrated
understand
fucking
Spanish, you racist fuck.
Guillermo del Toro is underrated as fuck. That guy I don't give a shit about what he
No,
does.
that
To
movie
me,
is
he's
really good though. You
overrated.
should watch it.
Yeah, I've seen parts. I just don't care. But no, the crowd agrees, dude. Smoking Aces wins. Pan's Labyrinth comes in second. The Hitcher comes in third. Children of Men comes in last.
Hey, okay, we on the same page though, dog. We on
That
the
was a
same
good
page.
vote. That was a good fucking vote. Okay, we're gonna speed around this. We got 3 left. All right, we got 3 left. We're gonna go the fuck through it. All right,
Let's get in there.
hang tight. Hang tight. Number 2008. 2008. We got The Bucket List. That was a
Don't
good
remember
movie.
much.
Oh, Jack Nicholson, Morgan Freeman, great fucking movie. Bucket List. Cloverfield. You remember Cloverfield?
Clay.
Cloverfield was a good fucking time. That was a good movie. That was a
Yeah.
good monster movie. We got I misspelled it because I'm drunk. We got Rambo 4, but was just Rambo, right? Rambo. We talked about it a little bit earlier. And then finally we got There Will Be Blood.
Oh
Indie
god damn,
that
dude.
hit the
Daniel
heights.
Day-Lewis. Can you
Yeah.
say an amen?
I drink your milkshake.
Dude,
Fucking
Daniel
great movie, man.
Day-Lewis, I still say Daniel Day-Lewis would have been the best Joker of all time. Of
Dude,
all fucking
no
time.
doubt.
Of
I'm
all
in there with
time.
you.
Gangs
I'm
of
in
New
here
York.
with you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
you got? Tell me of Ohio. Yeah.
It's a large land. It's near the ocean.
Stacey James says if you
It's not really.
like Clive Owen in action, watch Shoot 'Em Up. Totally agreed, Stacey. That movie's fucking dope as shit. And Solo Pilot, Korjai says, hey, Wham, Korjai, hear what I missed so far. A fuck
Hey.
ton, Korjai, but we still love you.
Hey, Korjai, all you missed was your drunk uncles being more drunk.
Totally.
Give me the list again.
Okay, I'll give you the list.
Give me the list.
Rambo, The Bucket List, Cloverfield, or There Will Be Blood.
Okay, so I gotta go with this. I gotta go with Cloverfield as my number 1 because what they did was really unique, and I feel like they brought the monster, the creature feature back to the big screen in a way that hadn't been done in a long time. I mean, Godzilla and King Kong had been dead for a long time. Fuck that skid mark that Broderick did in 2000. Yeah. Godzilla, it was terrible. It was an awful movie. Cloverfield was able to
these hoes.
Yeah, that was a great soundtrack. But Cloverfield was able to capture the Blair Witch feel and then add it to a creature feature that you hadn't seen in a long ass time. It was a goddamn Godzilla-like creature attacking New York. It was scary. It was out there. You didn't know what to expect. And it was shot and done extremely well. And unfortunately, the director was full of butt crust because I had high hopes for that guy. I mean, he did Chronicle, and then after that, like, I don't know, he just got lost in a porta potty of his own fucking imagination and never came back out.
Jonathan Trank.
Yeah, Jonathan Trank. Yeah,
Trank.
And, he was the one that was also responsible for like getting into a fight with his own fucking cast and Fantastic. Yeah. So anyway, but I would say Cloverfield is number 1.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm torn between Cloverfield and Rambo. I love Cloverfield, but I also love I'm gonna go Cloverfield with you, dude. Because
Rambo 4 is good. Well, Rambo 4 is actually more accurate than any Rambo movie they've ever done.
Yeah, but there's no monster movie like Cloverfield out there.
None.
Like Cloverfield just stands alone as you remember that ad that they had where they didn't show anything, they just showed the Statue of Liberty's head falling in the street. It's such a fun original fucking movie.
You know what they were doing?
Rambo is so fucking good too. Oh my God.
I feel like in Cloverfield they were playing with what Blair Witch started with. That viral marketing, and they did it in a way, and they know that everybody knows it's a fake movie. Like Blair Witch was in the unique position where people didn't know, but in this one they know that people know that it's fake, but they were doing it in such a way it was like, God damn, if that had happened though,
Dude, you remember being in a theater and like looking at the screen and like the camera would pan real quick and you would just see like a fucking arm or like a wing come over like a tower and you'd be like, oh, what the fuck? Like it was a wild theater experience for the first time.
So good, dude. It was so good. And you didn't even today, you don't know. Did it come from the sea or did it come from outer space?
And then they
like,
show
what
it.
The
it's
fuck
a fucking
was
I
love
like,
that. I love that. I was like, that's exactly how you do a creature feature. Don't tell them how it comes from, you know, as the embodiment of the horror that they're experiencing. Is it from outer space? Maybe. Or is it from deep below the sea level that you never even knew? I loved all that shit. By the way, gotta point out and give some love to what was the second one you mentioned?
Rambo.
Gotta love Rambo, man. Rambo 4, Rambo 3 happened, and we love Rambo 3. Rambo 3 is literally like goddamn Action Jackson on steroids. It's all about that cock. That's a big giant cock, and I'm gonna take on the Russian army in Afghanistan. Fuck them with Colonel Troutman. But when they go to Rambo 4, it'd been a while between Rambo 3 and Rambo 4. The scenery and the shot and the way they shoot Rambo is some of the most realistic looking shit I've ever seen in my life, and it was good. It was actually a good goddamn story.
Yeah,
it was a wild. Like honestly, when I said Rambo 4, I was like, I don't know.
It was. Yeah, it was a wild like Saving Private Ryan moment. Like watching that in a theater, everybody's like, "Oh, fuck!" Like he would shoot somebody with that fucking gun, and like their legs would fly the fuck off.
Yeah, dude.
You know, and he was good in it.
Even veterans were coming out and saying, "Hey, if you shot a motherfucker like that, that's exactly how they come apart."
It was just a little bit corny how he was like a fucking snake wrangler and all that, like, but still, like, and he was just like, you know.
Well, they did some good throwbacks though, where like he went back to Vietnam because of his relationship to that girl in the second one.
Dude, I want to watch Smoking Aces as soon as I get done with this. I want to watch Rambo as soon as I get done with this.
Rambo,
it's crazy.
You Rambo 4, or if you get into a Rambo kick, you got to start at 1. And go away.
No, yeah, sure, but I've watched one so many times. I could go right into Rambo and enjoy it. Plus, I just got a new TV, and I would like to experience Rambo on that.
No,
yeah,
was it plasma?
Come over. But all right, I'm gonna click in poll right now. Cloverfield wins 38%, Rambo 37%, There Will Be Blood 17%, Dirk Diggler with the little bastard in a basket.
By the way,
with There
really
Will Be
quick,
Blood and the bucket list at 7%. That's
look, and I get like There Will Be Blood, and I you know, I got to be honest with you. I feel like there's a lot of movies that Daniel Day-Lewis has been in, and people will pass over There Will Be Blood because there's something about the cover that doesn't really set well with you because it's disturbing. You know what? It's kind of almost horrific. It's like this guy in a cowboy hat staring at you, you know, and it's a black cover and it's just him looking at you. It's kind of like, I don't want to watch that. It's a really good movie. It's about an alcoholic that has a family, and like he goes through and he's also a narcissist and kind of a psychopath. It's a really well done acted movie, and I feel like it doesn't get the love that it deserves. I really don't. I feel like if you say Daniel Day-Lewis, sometimes they don't mention.
Well, it gets the awards love, but it doesn't get the
awards, but not like the general public.
That bowling alley scene. Oh my fuck, dude, that was wild.
And dude, tell me, guys, argue with my face, my nostril. Do you not think that Daniel Day-Lewis would not have been an amazing fucking Joker?
The greatest.
Dude, the greatest.
Yeah. All right, dude. Speed rounds. We got 2 more left to go. 2009. Gran Torino. Clint Eastwood. Get off my lawn, you know what he says. Taken.
What do you say, Mike?
Shut up. Taken, you know. I'll find you.
A certain set of skills.
Taken. Liam Neeson's Taken. My Bloody Valentine 3D, the remake that came out.
My face.
And then finally, and my fucking pick, and your fucking pick, because I know you because you're my boyfriend, The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
That's it. All right, get out my face.
It's the fucking Wrestler, dude.
The Ram, bitch. The Ram. The Ram, bitch.
It's the Ram. It's no doubt the Wrestler, dude. As great as these movies are, The Wrestler was fuck.
Dude, they invited former WWE wrestlers to watch the premiere of that show, and they cried in the fucking theater because of how accurate it was.
Yeah, dude, that movie reminds me. Watching The Wrestler is like watching.
And you guys can see how Aunt May was a slut. No, she was a big old stripper. You saw her titties.
But like that movie was. It was like watching like if you guys watch when I was a kid, I watched the Undertaker fight Mick Foley, and Mick Foley took it, dude. Undertaker chokeslammed him from the top of the cage through the bottom, and he landed on tacks. And I thought, man, these guys are going through it. The wrestler is the perfect. It is the slow fucking autobiographical, deep character study of what it's like to be an old wrestler at the end of your prime. And Mickey Rourke, it's the role of his fucking life.
He didn't mean it
about it.
He meant that they're in their prime.
It's the fucking raging bull of wrestling. It is one of the greatest movies of all time. Probably my top 25 films of all time. The Wrestler is my pick.
Yeah, dude. The Wrestler for me too. I feel like The Wrestler is one of those movies that when you watch it, you're like, you just instantly think of people like Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, and you think of your heroes when you were a kid. And if they didn't stay relevant, what they have to go through, what they have to put their bodies through just to stay relevant, just to make a fucking dollar. There's one scene specifically in The Wrestler where he's playing he still has a Nintendo, and he invites the kid over, and he has a hearing aid, and they're playing the fucking video game, and I'm like, God damn, man, it's like, it's so sad, but it's so like accurate to what those wrestlers actually have to go. Because it's not the life for everybody. Because I always feel like some of these wrestlers, you look at like people like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, you look at people like Hulk Hogan, you look at people like Ric Flair, you look at those big giant stars in the skies that never have to worry about money for the rest of their life. But then you look at people that you remember from your childhood, like Repo Man, Jake the Snake, Jim the Neidhart, people like that they have to keep wrestling to make ends meet. And in The Wrestler, that guy, he has to keep wrestling. One, he loves it. It's his fucking passion. But two, he can't put food on the fucking table if he doesn't do it. And and then when he has the operation on his heart, dude, it's one of the most heartbreaking movies in the world, but it's also one of the most inspirational movies in the world because he does what he loves, and he does it till the day he fucking dies. And when everybody's rejecting him, when everybody's saying fuck you, and they're saying that you can't do this, and he's trying to make amends with his daughter, and she's like, fuck you. And by the way, I know that she has perfect reason to do it, but she's being a bitch too, because he tries his best. Like, he made mistakes in the past, but he's doing his best to repair that damage. And she says, fuck you. He has nothing left but the cheer of the crowd. And that's what drives him. There's something about that movie, dude. It's so, I know it's appreciated, and I know that it got the love it deserved, but I feel like it's still so underwhelming to a lot of people. Because if you think about, and you don't have to be a wrestler fan, you don't have to love the WWE or the WW or WCW or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves now. You don't have to love that movie. It's just, it's about a man that's trying to be like relevant still. But he's like, I know I burned out a long time ago, but I gotta be true to what I gotta be. And it's a great
and you got to literally give your entire life and
dude, you know what
physical body
part resonates with me
to make it happen.
The part that resonates with me, and dude, we've all been there, because he has to work a regular job, right? And he's still doing these smokers.
The fucking meat grinder or a meat cutter,
and when he cuts his fucking hand, and he's just like fucking fed up, and he like, and it's so raw the way they shoot it. It's so goddamn raw. It's like it's almost like I had to turn away, but like, God damn, I know he's gonna get fired. Because it's so raw the way that it's in your face, because you know what that's like. You've had a bad fucking day, and you like cut your hand, and everything. It's the worst thing in the world's happened, and you're like, I got to deal with this shit. Dude, it's so good.
It's a dude who gave his life to what he loved doing, but at the same time, it was equally the only choice he had. So even though he wanted to fix his life, he had to go in there and literally die because it was his only option, like a rat cornered. And it was,
and by the way, gotta point out the respect and the love that they have, that they show in the background behind the curtains, where all the performers, all the wrestlers are like friends, and like, good job, brother. Like, hey man, you're gonna be something. Like, there's a part where Mickey Rourke is like, you're gonna be something. You keep that up. I love that, dude. It was so cool and so
the camaraderie of it all. For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go The Wrestler. My number 2 is gonna be Taken, just because it was entertaining. Actually, my number 2 is still gonna be Taken, because Gran Torino is my number 3. It would have been my number 2, but Clint Eastwood was kind of just being Clint Eastwood. Like, I'm an angry old man.
I feel like he was just shopping at Walmart.
Kind of. Even though it was a good movie, it was a good movie.
No, I loved
it.
And
then My Bloody Valentine 3D was fun, but it was dumb as shit. It doesn't even hold weight against these other 3 movies.
Yeah, I'll put What was the Gran Torino?
Gran Torino, Taken, The Wrestler, and My Bloody Valentine
I'll
3D.
put Gran Torino just because I love anything that Clint Eastwood does. I think he's fucking an awesome actor, and
Hell yeah.
like his director. He's an amazing director as well. Um, My Bloody Valentine is dead last. I don't give a shit about that movie. And then the third is, what was it?
Taken.
Taken. Yeah. Liam Neeson's great in it, but I mean, he's going to be
It is a
remembered
little
for that.
overrated, isn't it?
Yeah, well, 100%, dude. Like, I mean, they
Mhm.
latched, like, they act like this is the only. What about fucking Ransom, motherfuckers? Like, you
fucking
guys
A.
forget about Ransom with Mel Gibson.
Hey, this is gonna
Mel
blow your
Gibson's
mind.
got a certain set of skills, and it's not fucking alcohol. It's called kicking your ass. But nonetheless, yeah, I think that, yeah, I do feel like Taken is overrated. But yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know, man. I feel like Gran Torino is a great story because here's the thing: what Gran Torino does is it does showcase a person that was. Clint Eastwood's character is racist, or discriminatory because of the war that he fought. He's a vet. I think it's the Korean War, and he's very much against his neighbors because of their Asian descent. But what you find is that through the film and as the plot untwains, you find a common understanding between Clint Eastwood and his neighbors, and then he even takes on the kid as his protege and learns that you can overcome anything. It's a very sweet movie. I think that it's a very sweet movie, and it's a very unique movie in the fact that it showcases the fact that people from opposite ends of the spectrum can come together and find a common ground. And I feel like that's what Clint Eastwood was going for. And I think he succeeded. I think ultimately he succeeded in doing that. I don't, I've seen people blast Clint Eastwood and say that he's racist or that he's that or this. I think what he shows is that even in places that where you would never expect understanding and a commonplace um, type of friendship, that it can happen. And the media is never going to report on it. The media is never going to talk about it because guess what? Blood sells papers. That's what happens. And the Clint Eastwood story in that particular movie is it's heartwarming. It's heartbreaking.
I peed
Uh,
for so long that it hurt when it came
I
out.
know. I can see your face. I can see the twitch in your left eye.
Wow.
But the thing is, not just the fact that he almost takes that kid on as his son, because his actual family's pieces of shit. They want him to die. And
Mhm.
he takes on his neighbor as a son that actually respects him, understands him, loves him, and wants to learn from him. And that's why he leaves his car to him. Anyway, if you guys haven't seen Gran Torino, do yourself a favor and watch
It's a
Gran
good movie.
Torino. It's a really fucking amazing movie.
All right, ending the poll. This is My Bloody Valentine wins at 32%. The Wrestler comes in second at 29%. The Gran Torino comes in at 20%, and Taken comes in at 19%.
My Bloody Valentine one? Holy shit, we were so
over the
goddamn wrong.
Wrestler.
We
You
must have been
fuckers need to
smoking
watch the Wrestler.
PCP.
All right, last round, speed round. Here we fucking go. 2010. This one's not, it's not nearly as fucking poignant. It's not nearly as fucking good as the round that we just did. I promise you it's not. This was the corn cheesy mo, dark emo CGI fucking month of January of 2010. You got Daybreaker starring Ethan Hawke.
I like
You got
Daybreakers.
The Book of Eli starring
That's a good one
Denzel
too. I
Washington.
do like that one too.
And then you've got Legion starring
I
Paul
do like
Bettany.
that one too.
And then you've got
Paul Bettany.
Edge of Darkness starring Mel Gibson. But you gotta admit, dude, even though if you like these movies or not, this was like all these movies have the same feel.
They're kind of
to them.
shitty. Yeah.
They're weird, sort of shitty CGI, dark, like almost
it was
angsty.
produced by MTV and directed by Blockbuster.
Yeah, like Aeon Flux type of fucking weird dark blue fucking horror, sort of horror thriller action. Like it's strange that they all like fit the same vein. But yeah, what do you think here? What do you
All
got?
right, give me the list again.
Daybreakers, The Book of Eli, Legion, and Edge of Darkness.
So I'm gonna go with
Do me Edge Master.
Okay, I'm gonna go with The Book of Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Just because look, I love the Fallout games, and I feel like this was the closest I've ever seen on screen of a Fallout game. I do like the idea that he's a blind man making his way downtown. But
That's
he's
that
making his way through a post-apocalyptic world. And he's like a samurai warrior and a badass at the same
Mm.
time. I do like that whole idea, and I do like how they show the post-apocalyptic world, and they showcase that the one that has the Bible or like controls that particular output is the one that's going to lead the world, because it's probably, to be honest, that's probably true. I mean, if you're going to talk about the most popular book of all time, it is the Bible. If you controlled the Bible, you'd be able to control people's actions. I mean, and that's the whole point of the story. He's just but you didn't know that's a spoiler, by the way. You didn't know he was blind, but Eli is fucking blind, and Eli is actually an actual person in the Bible. I feel like it was awesome. I really did enjoy it a lot. I know it's kind of corny and cheesy, but I would put the Book of Eli, for me, number one, just because it was an enjoyable romp. It was almost, you know what it was? It was a Mad Max Diet Coke.
Yeah,
It was a Mad
that
Max
makes
Diet
sense.
Coke.
That's good. That's a
and
good
I
way to
liked
put
it. But what was the other ones?
Legion, Edge of Darkness, and Daybreakers.
Okay, so the second one would be Daybreakers, Legion, and then the last one is that piece of shit, because I barely remember it. But I like Daybreakers because Daybreakers is actually Daybreakers was fucking smart, dude. It really was smart. If the vampires controlled the world and they ran out of their cattle, what would happen? But like, if Daybreakers, if the vampires were controlling everything, everyday world, every day was the vampires controlling everything, and then humans were their cattle, and you exhaust that, what happens? And it's all about like it felt very much like Wall Street with vampires. So Daybreakers would be number two. But
I could never, like, here's the thing. I could never get into Daybreakers. I could never really get into the Book of Eli. Like, there's something about, like, to me, it was like too heavy handed and too like, oh my God, we're so dark.
Are you a Book of Job?
Like Mission Impossible,
Yeah,
Book of Job. No, I just being honest with you, like, I can never get into the Book of Eli. It has a cool look to it. It has a cool idea, but the movie, I've tried to watch it several times, could never get into it.
It did feel like he took that on the blind.
Same exact feeling I had with Daybreakers. Try to watch it, could not get into it.
It's gory though.
And again, same thing with Legion, dude. Like, I watch it and I was like, this is corny as fuck. This is like a bad superhero movie, kind of. Like, it feels like a comic book in a way. Like, it was just never good. And like, then at the end, he's riding that motorcycle against, I don't know, it was fucking dumb to me. So my number one's actually gonna be Edge of Darkness, because it was one of the last films before Clint Eastwood or Mel Gibson was pushed into the darkness. Yeah. It was one of the last, like, maybe the very last.
Ironic. He made a movie called Edge of Darkness and he was pushed into the darkness.
But Edge of Darkness was kind of noir, mystery, like PI type film. And I can't exactly remember what it was about. I have to rewatch it again. But that is just, and it's not, I'm not saying it's the best of these four movies. Book of Eli, because of how people like it, I can recommend that people probably would like it better. But Edge of Darkness, a dark noir PI film, is way more my fucking wheelhouse. I don't think any of these movies are that great. I remember Edge of Darkness having its problems, but mine would be Edge of Darkness. Then I would go Book of Eli. Then I would go Daybreakers, and last would be Legion for me.
I like Legion just because it you actually hit the nail on the head. It was a very superhero kind of movie, but I feel like what they did was they took the Christopher Walken prophecy and they just they upped it into like a Marvel fantasy. And I kind of enjoyed it for what it was. So I mean, because what it was like, that's exactly what it was like.
Hey,
but
Katie,
I'm not gonna disregard.
The Merkins noticed I got a haircut, Jay.
Oh my God, let it the fuck go.
My own wife didn't notice I got a haircut, and then the Merkins show up and they're like, "Hey, Mike got that fresh haircut though." Thank you, dudes. That's all I want to say about that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but the Merkins.
Thank you, dudes.
You know what? He chose Edge of Darkness, which makes him a fucking racist. So
what?
You should, because you like Mel Gibson, bitch. No, I like Mel Gibson too. It's a joke, guys. Okay, come on. Let's all come together and be adults now. But yeah, Mel Gibson's not a racist. He says some shit when he was drunk. Anyway, look, Mike Merkins. Mike looks like he's fucking fresh out of Ice Baby. He's got that. He needs a little fucking Z cut in that bitch. No, it looks good though. I do like it. I didn't even notice. But no, yeah, I agree with you, man. Edge of Dark. I want Mel Gibson to win one. I want Mel Gibson to win one, and I know he won't. But Edge of Darkness, it never really did it for me. And to be honest, I can barely remember Edge of Darkness. Was Edge of Darkness the one that he was going after the paparazzi?
No,
No,
that
that
was
was a different-
Paparazzi. It was literally called Paparazzi.
Oh yeah,
It didn't star
I
Mel
like-
Gibson, but he produced it, and he showed up in like a scene.
where he, but he was the star in it, and
No. He just showed up and it's like a B. He was like an extra in the movie, but he just produced it.
I can barely remember Edge of Darkness. Then I probably
No,
watched it. I just barely.
No, he was the
remember it.
star of Edge of Darkness, but Paparazzi he was barely in.
No, but there was a movie where like. Was he a taxi driver? I thought that there was pictures taken and he was pissed off. I don't know. I could be getting it all confused up. Anyway, I feel like Mel
You're
Gibson
just thinking of Daily Beast or some shit.
or TMZ.
Yeah.
But no, I do love Mel Gibson, man. And that movie, I can barely remember it, but I mean, Mel Gibson's in it, so it's already going to get like a fucking 7.0 because Mel Gibson's in it because he's a great actor. But there's something about like Book of Eli when those movies came out, and like I said, Legion is a superhero movie version of The Prophecy. Book of Eli is, if you guys play Fallout, when you guys ever in your life Fallout, it's a post-apocalyptic adventure with a blind fucking guy walking across the desert, and he has a great bad guy. The bad guy, I always want to say Will Patton was the sheriff of that town that he comes across. It's not Will
He
Patton.
may have
though.
been. He's been in fucking everything. Dude.
I know, but it's not Will Patton. It's fuck, I can't remember. But either way,
yeah. Hey,
you guys pick, and you guys' choice or concrete.
The crowd chooses Book of Eli 48%, Legion 23%, Daybreaker 17%, and my number one is your number 4. Edge of Darkness 13%. The crowd has spoken, and we have box office rematched. My friends, that's the fucking
We
show.
have done it. We have conquered the beast, and we have named her Sally.
We gotta fucking go.
That's right.
We gotta go. All right. I want to watch Smoking Aces, and I'm too drunk to finish it. But maybe you could make it through like the first.
No, you can fast forward it. You know what I do? If you're really drunk, if you've seen the movie multiple times and you already know what's going to happen, you fast forward to the best parts.
You and Cody can do that. I can't fast forward to the best parts. I have to watch the whole. I'm a completist.
Dude, if you watch the movie several times and you already know what's coming from one scene to the next, you have to do that.
No, I can't. I have to take
refreshed.
it all in. No, I won't do
it. It's like popping a Mentos when you need it. It's true.
I won't do it. I won't do it. Hey, we love you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Hey,
Thanks
fun,
for fucking being a part of this. Thanks for being you. Thanks for
and guess what? You know, I'm really excited. There was no drama tonight.
None.
No drama.
We didn't have to argue.
Time. We were just talking about box office hits from the decades that we talked about.
Exactly.
It was like VH1. I love the 80s.
Yeah.
Pop up video.
Hey, why you always trying to tell me to fucking goat, man? There was none of that. It was just a good time. And we love you guys for it. Hey, don't tell me to drink water, Mizzy. Thank you. Actually, I should drink some water. Click like on this. Share it. Yeah, she just said drink some water. I don't know. I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
You just sound like a normal guy on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, I just got a haircut.
Sound like that guy was like, "Hey, look, I can offer you a deal right now. Give me your $50 and I'll turn it into $250." I
can't get too drunk because we have a fucking snow day tomorrow.
I got a
my kids are off again. Bitch. You have another glass, D-Land. I'll break this over your fucking head. No, but seriously, I'm just kidding. I hope you guys have a wonderful.
Mike took his keyboard out. He's serious.
You're gonna turn me into Clint Eastwood talking
that
about.
Motherfucker looked like when you took that keyboard out. It looked like a Lego piece. Does this fit?
Oh, tonight was fun as fuck. I love you guys so much. Shut the fuck up, JT Customs. Love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing night. And I will be here tomorrow, sober again, just as Jay will. We drink apple juice on this show. And
I don't know about tomorrow. I drink every day.
BCAAs.
I'm turning into a writer, and I don't even write books.
I'm gonna go drive to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive to New York and try to learn about the art of authoring, but I don't even write books.
I'm gonna go to J.K. Rowling's house, try to have sex with her. I don't know. What are we? Who's?
I don't even know.
What? Hey, I love you, Jay.
I love you, man. I would have sex with J.K. Rowling.
I don't know what she looks like, but I'll do it if you'll do it.
She's blonde and she's kind of old, but you know she's worth billions.
Hey, we love you guys. Hey, and fuck Jagerbomb's boss. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Fuck it.
Love
If you had
guys.
to agree with us, then fuck off.
Goodbye.
I feel like House of
special-
Pain. Jump around.
If you don't
Jump
shoot Big
around.
Red, then fuck you.